Welcome to Lost Chronomancy, where a group of adventurers try to survive in the world of Minadarak. The Orrery of the Wanderer, a powerful but very dangerous artifact, has been corrupted and bound to the group. Now they have to figure out what to do with it, knowing its dangers. And today, we are four with me. We have 3 players instead of 4 or 5. There are other people that are going to join a bit later. The same ones that usually join. And today is the last day of Bram, played by Jay. He might come back, but he's got some things at work, and he's not going to be able to be there anymore. So today we will hopefully... what's that word that means just for now? Temporarily close up with his character. Hopefully temporarily. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of syllables. But yeah. And so we have this little display that's changed. Hope you guys like it. But last time on Lost Chronomancy, I don't have a lot of notes because I believe not a lot of things happened.
We got the sneaky snakes. And
there was traveling and little things on the way. There was a swarm, more than a swarm. There was a lot of undead snakes that came out of a hole that created itself because of the weight of the party as you were walking in the woods. And since you're not taking any normal paths, like pre-made paths between places, you're just in the wilderness. And so apparently it had been a while since something heavy had stepped on that stone because it was not very solid. And inside of that hole, after killing all of the swarms of skeleton snakes, some of you tried to look into it, but it was hard because of the way it was formed. But you, I think it was Feya and Bram.
Still unsure of the shape of the tunnel, but
was Bram there?
Yeah, he was there. We crawled on the ceiling together.
Yeah, you crawled down the hole and with some lights managed to see the symbol of a god. The god named Cryon, who, with some knowledge of some of you, recognized as the god of death, with his symbol being a skull on a dying sun. And yeah. After that, after a couple of hours, maybe even a couple of days of travel, Aradia talked to a bird and understood that there was a camp of green men near a lake. And since you are all going towards a lake, you understood that it was most likely something that you will encounter. And so, not long after, you encountered a group of orcs that were more gray than green, but still a bit greenish. So you still weren't sure if that was it. But eventually, after being caught by them, trying to sneakily follow them, you were caught, and more orcs came, but they were slightly different, covered in green pus. And one of them had kind of like decay on his body, which seemed to be the boss of this group. Not the boss of the village they live in, but the boss of this group. And after talking to them, the leader invited you back to talk to his elder, who would be the leader of the whole village. But to earn his respect, to go there, you'd have to fight to the death the 3 orcs that were with him, and then bring back the giant boar that they were bringing back to the village. And so you all did. Some of you even attacked the leader because he was casting some spells to help his orcs. And he got angry. It almost turned out like a bigger fight than it should have been. But Sylphir was stopped by the group. And after someone healed him, he told you to take the giant boar, and you all walked towards his village. He said you would travel during the night. But now, as we go back into it, let me put some cool little music. As we get back into it, with Odd carrying the boar, the orrery was empty for a while. There was Bram and Odd out of it, which is unusual. Normally it takes someone else, like it took Aradia's worm. But now it was empty and there was just everyone out of it. And you can see from the bag. Who is carrying the bag?
Who's carrying the bag?
I think it's always Sylphir.
I
Like,
think
we
from
haven't
this.
traded it
Yeah,
since
I think
the
this
snakes,
point on it's
so-
been snakes.
So Sylphir, on your back, you feel this shake. And Bram and Odd are both brought into it.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Somehow, the orrery seems to mostly take them. Which is something to... It's not just because, they can't make it to the game, it's them.
Canon!
It's canon. They've been taken a lot of times.
Ori has a little crush, if I do say so.
And the orrery now is taken both. And so,
Big crush.
with that, the giant boar falls to the ground.
Oh, shit.
And the orc leader, just to remind all of you, he is covered in, like, rotting flesh, diseases. He looks infected, but his face and his head, actually, is completely untouched by those. Like somehow he's got diseases that can't reach his head. And he turns around and... What? Oh, where'd they go?
It happens sometimes. It's a thing. We don't really know why they disappear. It happens. Which is the truth. We don't know why this keeps happening. I'm not lying, just to make that clear.
Somebody's gonna carry the thing.
Oh,
I mean, if I have some help, if we all do it together,
Yeah,
maybe
the
we can
power
all
of
bring it.
friendship.
Yeah, the power of. Oh my god, why are we so little people? Okay. Okay. Let's all do it together.
With the power of friendship.
My strength really isn't great, guys. I'm gonna be honest.
You can all roll me a strength check. All the people that want to take care of it.
It's a 5.
A 4,
I rolled a
5?
4.
And a 9!
Yeah, we straight up are
We're trying-
weak.
We're babies.
I needed an average of 12.
Yikes.
We didn't even get 1 12. So you guys are trying to lift this thing up. It's heavy. It's a giant boar.
We can just drag it, right? Who says?
Yeah, can we drag it? We can't even drag it. I
I
don't
mean,
even think we
Hold
have
on,
the.
let's try dragging it and see what his
What are your
reaction is.
strengths?
Because if he looks like he's
10.
mad at us.
12.
12, yeah. We start dragging it, he's like, bitch, have some respect.
Todd was already dragging it because he couldn't carry it.
Oh, okay.
But I'll say two of you grab his legs, his back legs, and the other kind of pushes. And I'll say slowly. It's gonna take more time to get there, but you manage to push it.
Sure.
All right, and you keep on walking.
If I could breathe, I'd be out of breath.
I feel like that's not the kind of thing you should say in front of people there.
I don't. I healed one of them. I don't think they care what I do or who I am. Hopefully, I think.
We'll see. Stay tuned to find out.
Also, I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like the sleep spell would give you like a chloroform headache. You know, you wake up from the sleep spell and you have a massive headache, like someone just
God dang it.
chloroformed you. Fuck again.
Probably.
I feel like if we go by the rules, it wouldn't, because chloroform is chemicals that are getting inhaled, and the sleep spell is just a spell meant to put you to sleep.
You know what? I poisoned myself one time. Okay, one time. I inhale cancerous chemicals once.
Hey, there wasn't a game last week because Kiki had to go to the hospital because she inhaled toxic fumes.
Poisoned myself at work on accident. Sorry, y'all.
But she's all better now.
I'm fine.
Ready to
Well,
play.
as far as we can tell. Stay tuned to find out.
So the orc kind of, you feel like he's listening, but he just doesn't care. So he doesn't really answer any of your things that you're talking about because you're not directly addressing him.
Okay.
He just keeps on walking and you follow behind. And you see he walks and he gets some distance from all of you. Then he stops to wait because you're dragging the creature and it's taking a long time.
So, I do have a question because I was in the orrery and I didn't really know what was happening, and I try to be like relatively shush about what I'm saying. And I realized this yesterday as well, or earlier today. I don't know what time it is. Though has it been talking back in full sentences?
Huh?
The thing, it's been talking. I didn't know it talks. It talks.
Like in general, or when we interact with it? 'Cause
I don't know. I mean, apparently there is a water elemental, and I didn't know about it, and I feel like I've missed so much.
I mean, yeah, it talks to me all the time. In my sleep, when I'm awake, when I'm near it,
I don't.
when I have it in
Wait,
my hands.
I think that I don't think any of those. I don't even think. I feel. That's. Are you okay? That's concerning. I'm concerned. I don't feel like. Is it? Does it do it? Is it doing that to everyone? Does everyone hear?
I mean, if you can't hear it, we can't hear it. Odd said it's talked to him, right? It's like calling out to him or something.
Okay.
So I think since we're all sort of connected to it, we get to hear only maybe our part. connect to it?
Should I connect to it? Is it telling you important things? Should I know what it's saying? Is it going to kill me?
It's just like, wow.
Oh.
Bring us back, Cuddle Bear, and I'm like, no.
Oddly specific. I look over at Sylphia. Is that what's saying?
I mean, already you can roll a deception check. My nose is bleeding, by the way. It's fun.
Why would you do that? That's really
Nice.
awkward, honestly.
Yeah.
Ew, on camera?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't stain your white
So
t-shirt.
you guys just have fun. I'll just
I rolled a 7.
yeah. Her passive insight. You can tell she's lying to you.
Zach, I'm gonna need you to
it's
roll a
only
con saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Speaking of being
No
poisoned.
It's only talked to me once when I was holding it. And I wasn't
you-
talking to the Ori, I was talking to someone related to it or something.
Okay.
Or something.
Do you ask it questions and it answers, or it's just like you hold it and it's like free me or whatever?
No,
I don't
I
know.
asked it questions. And I did that
Okay.
too. So, but I don't know what Odd hears exactly. He's the only one that's really heard it talk other than you before, I guess.
It didn't speak to me. It had writing on it.
Well, don't you? Yeah, that's true.
The writings haven't changed. I don't know.
I wonder what it says to Odd.
Me too. We should ask him when he gets
I
back.
mean, no offense, but is he smart enough to even understand what the Ori is saying? I think he
he's
might be
smart.
scared.
He is, but I think he's smarter than we give him credit for. He's been away for a very long
he
time.
swings.
I think he's been in hell for a very long time, and that must have been difficult
I mean,
for
he's
him.
eaten humans. Well, you listen. This is different. You need them for survival, but he doesn't need them for survival.
What if he did? Do we know? Did he just do it for fun, or was he
Kind of.
starving?
I asked him if he had to, and he's like, "Well, no, but yeah." And I was like, "What? Huh?"
Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he hasn't peopled in a very long time. Maybe he doesn't know what to say. Maybe he's
he
forgotten
was
that
in a war, right? Do people in wars eat people?
people do desperate things when they feel like they're backed up against a wall. I haven't been in war or wherever he is from, hell apparently, or one of the hells. But I do understand acts of desperation to a certain point. My heart aches for him, all these things that he's gone through. I feel like he just needs like a hug.
I heard him talk about his mom in his sleep.
Oh, that's sweet and
And he
sad.
said he's had nice stares, and the only time I sleep next to him, he just ends up kicking me because of sleep. He's really like a rabid dog or something when he sleeps, honestly. It's a little annoying. Sylphia, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense. He's so on guard all the time. I don't know.
Well, he hasn't killed us yet, which I think is pretty surprising.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's a step in the right direction. Sophia, are you okay?
I think the worm is doing something to him again.
What was that? You were like,
I'm watching some stuff on my TV on top of my screens. It's another screen.
oh, because
I've
we're not
imported information.
Just entertaining.
we're not cool enough for you.
No, I'm
I
looking
can't
at
see.
notes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the notes,
The notes.
the notes, TM.
I forgot
notes,
to write
yeah.
down since game 10. I only have my scribbles. I have not written down my official notebook since game 10.
It's
Alright,
fine.
I'll put them somewhere else so it's not weird to look at. Oh shit.
Oh my
That's
god.
just too bright. Too dark. I'll figure it out.
It was the saddest draw I've ever done, but
Well, now that we know that you're looking up at the screen for the notes, it's okay. I just wanted to know what you were doing.
I'm dying.
disturbing.
I'm having an aneurysm.
Oh
a
no,
stroke.
it's the
I don't
worm.
know.
Take it out.
Oh no.
He's being
I'm getting
raptured.
possessed.
Anyway,
I am okay. I'm all good.
pushing the boar. push the boy.
Alright.
I mean, do you really think that if Odd was traumatized, he'd tell us? I don't even think he'd know he was traumatized, to be
My
honest.
God, Poopy, please.
Poopy Gab.
He's like, ah, yes, I love it. It's because he's fucking around with George.
Poopy.
No, he's like, no, we're good.
Wonderful. I mean, no, I don't think he would tell us, but I feel like he probably has more of a leniency for what he does, given what he's gone through that we know of.
I mean, he swings.
In what sense?
I mean, he's patient, and then when he gets told what he has to do, he's like, oh, I swing.
Ah, I thought you were referring to something else. I wasn't entirely sure where this conversation was
I
going.
mean, doesn't he have a little thing going with Sylphir?
Maybe, maybe not.
I feel like that's a little bit weird, though. I'm pretty sure he's quite old for you, Sylphir.
I'm older than him.
Hun. Oh. Okay.
I can change him.
Is that the team of the D&D campaign? I can change him.
How dare you?
I don't know.
You're
I
trying to
have-
change the orrery. That's the point.
Yeah, we change
Make it
everyone.
more stable.
Couldn't be us. We can
The
change others,
Oris-
but not ourselves.
The Ori will hurt me less if we change him.
I can fix him.
We'll stop
PSA,
beating you.
you can't change him. Leave. Don't listen to our advice.
Yeah, he'll transform into a vampire and try to kill us all.
Listen, one time, all right? One husband, once.
Campaign's still young, hun. Give it a minute.
I'll have other husbands. Don't worry about it.
You have to divorce this one, I'm pretty sure.
I don't have to do anything, actually.
Plus, in D&D, the marriage ceremony only works once. You can't get the bonuses after.
Oh, fuck. That's right, Diego told me that.
Yeah.
Unless you're
I learned
widowed.
that.
Unless I'm widowed.
We know what we have to do. Sorry, Bea, we're killing your husband. It's for your own good.
It's for your future marriages. So, alright, you're walking. Anything you'd like to do or ask the orc while you're going to his village that you have no clue, no information about?
You know what? I do like that little drop of information you just gave us. That's a good prompt. Facts that we have no idea what we're getting into. Is the orc close enough that I can talk to him?
I think he's walking a bit ahead, no?
He's walking a bit ahead, but then he stops and he waits for you guys to catch up, and then he goes again.
What a fucking dick.
Excuse
Like a true
me.
NPC.
I was wondering, do you need additional healing? Perhaps? Are you in any pain? Are you okay?
I'll be fine once we get to the village.
And like politely reference the pustules, but I don't know how to bring it up. Are there other people in your village affected by an illness, perhaps? I noticed that you and some of your other clan members.
Nah, we're all good.
I'm happy to help if ever you need anything, and please don't hurt anyone of us.
Yep.
I'm so worried from last time where he's like, murder, unhesitating murder. So, how long has your village been situated out by the lake?
Long time.
And how recently have these events started occurring?
Couple weeks. It only occurred once, though, and Well, it was pretty destructive.
And
Big wave. And tremors.
are those things that I probably have no fucking clue if I'm being honest. Are those things that I know that like an elemental might be able to do?
Roll me an history check.
History. Go. No.
8.
I would know.
Well,
There's so many in my village.
elementals are strong, powerful beings.
Huh?
A big one could do something like this easily, but you don't really have any clue on what kind or any specific elementals that come to mind or anything. But, Earth elemental can control the earth, and water elemental can control water, so maybe,
2 + 2, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. What other questions?
Wait, have you seen the elemental yourself?
Wasn't aware it was an elemental.
Okay, well, have you seen the thing?
We haven't seen anything. We just felt
the
the
wave.
consequences, and then there was a small island in the lake.
Nothing else changed other than that?
Pretty big change for an island to appear.
You'd be surprised.
Have any of your clan members gone venturing out into the lake, gone looking for something, spoken to anyone that they should not have?
There's something in the water stopping us from going to that island.
Okay. Volatile?
You'll have to ask the elder about this. I haven't gone myself. I'm normally with the hunters for food.
Of course, I understand.
I'm sorry, side note. How long did they say they were here for? I was focused on...
A very, very long time.
Yeah, they're not near my forest, so... Okay, good. I was making sure, player-wise and Dia-wise, the knowledge that was shared.
If you don't mind my asking, is this condition that you have a result of the island?
Oh. I'm not sick.
It's a choice. Got it.
This actually brings me power.
I'm gonna whisper to Sylphia. You can do the interaction. We can just do the whispering to Sylphia.
Got it. No, go ahead, whisper. Here's a personal opinion.
Sylphia, was there... I don't remember there being elementals in the forest. I've only heard my mom talking about some type of being. Did you see any in the forest or in the Feywild before?
Would I have seen some?
Roll me an history check.
If I'm
am not
no, I was
good
gonna
at
say if I'm
those.
recalling, can I help him? But it's still separate
17.
memories, so I wouldn't help.
17's pretty damn good, my guy.
For someone
For
who has a
plus
shit
0,
memory.
yeah.
Someone who has shit memory. Fuck. The Ori's really coming in clutch.
Actually, you're holding the worry, but it's
It's
too
only 30
far.
days.
Yeah, it's too far.
So.
He has
All right.
it's the placebo effect.
I can remember everything.
I'm so powerful.
So you can recall not elementals, but maybe creatures made of wood, made of trees, made of nature. They aren't elementals as far as you know, but maybe they have something to do with them. But no true elementals that you are aware of.
Do they have a name? Would I know their name?
Except for something. Well, there's a lot of different fey creatures that are elemental-like. The only kind of elementals that you can think about, I'll say 17 is enough, are a circle of druid that can transform into some elementals.
Do you relay that information, or
I do.
would I know?
Very
I
important
haven't been close to
information.
the leader of the circle I was in. What circle of druid he's talking about?
Me too.
Let me check the map and see if you were close to that circle.
It was more like because my mother.
You're
is
actually
a
right
druid
next to
of-
it. Yeah, but you're aware that druids kind of keep to themselves?
No persuasion needed.
They all have that place that they need to protect, and they don't really step onto another circle of druid. But the one, if you look towards where you, like if you're at the school and you go towards the forest, it would be to your right. Far, it's really big, the forest, so it would be far to the right. There are druids there that transform the circle of the moon.
Ooh.
Oh, and actually, let's just go for it. 17 is pretty good, and you don't even have a bonus. Another information that you can relay, so I can give more information, is that there's a circle of wildfire to the left of your druids, Aradia, and they can summon fire elementals.
Okay. But I haven't had any. Right, doesn't make sense anyway with my circle. I'm just want to confirm that I wouldn't have.
Nothing like that with your circle, and as far as you know, transforming into elemental isn't being an elemental, and summoning little little elemental creatures made of fire isn't really like, there's no
Nowhere near.
loose elementals in the forest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Elementals. On
Yeah.
my end, meow.
Same,
He
yeah.
just said. He just answered for you.
What are you
On
asking?
My end of the conversation is the I don't think I know this either in all honesty, but worth a shot. Is like illness in exchange for power, does that ring any bells for me? Or deformity? Is it
Roll me a
like-
religion check.
Oh, scary.
Balls.
15. That's a solid middle.
Do you know about the goddess of love? That if you
Damn
take
it!
out your eyes... No, that if you take out your eyes, you
Not that bitch.
are like love and you are blind. And so they get more power out of that. And it might be similar in another religion. Like with Bioras, a certain god that you have heard of. Not a lot. But if I go... Wait, I don't even have my list of gods. What's it? What is his official title? I will tell you in a moment. Gods of Minadarak. I didn't have my thing opened. Bioras the Plague is his
That
full
makes
name. But there's, I think, another one that might be it. Wait, because I have more than one that could make sense with this, and you rolled a 15. It's not bad.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's Miocro, deity of viruses.
Oh god. Okay, wait, how do you spell the first one?
Miocro. Oh, the first one?
It's okay. I'll do it.
Bhioras.
B-H-I...
Bioras, the plague.
B-H-I-A-I... God.
Bhioras.
I can't do this. Okay.
So those two deities come to mind.
Meanwhile, in the fucking group chat, editing my shit. I see you. Okay.
Please, come on, man.
So I'm gonna say, oh my goodness, handsome boy.
He just said boop.
He's so cute.
Said little guy.
So cute. So do you also have a god that you worship?
Yeah.
Gods giving powers to worshippers who make sacrifices. Olo, Micro, Bioras.
You don't know if they actually do the same thing?
No, I'm spitballing.
You're trying to get information?
I mean, I'm opening up the conversation. I want to see if he's like reacting to things I say, or if he's being, stone cold.
Mm.
Damn it. I'm a worshipper of a god as well, if that's what you do. I do know the magic and power that comes from worship and divinity. It's quite lovely. It's quite extraordinary. Okay.
What a conversationalist.
Of course, I could never take that next step for her. I couldn't. But it's just me.
You have to be chosen, like me.
Oh, you were chosen by your god? A god? It's quite fortunate of you. You must have been quite important to them. Oh.
When we reach adulthood, we are placed in a vat of dangerous substance. And if we survive, that's good. But if you survive but still carry the sickness, that means you've been chosen. And if you die, you just weren't meant for the tribe.
Yes, I mean, understandable consequences to different circumstances. So, I'm just clarifying. This act is to determine which of you have been chosen by this god? Sort of an ultimate sacrifice.
Half survive. I'd say 5% are chosen, and the other die.
That must be very difficult on your clan to lose so many of you.
Well, we managed to get a lot of people quickly.
Oh!
Like you make
Me.
babies fast?
Well, the people that survive get to make babies.
Oh, they're hypersexual active. Got it.
No, they have other tasks, like
Oh.
the hunters you fought. I'm just saying, the chosen
Make babies.
don't make babies.
They don't make babies.
Don't make babies. I think that's pretty straightforward.
It's always been like that in the Papula village.
Papula village?
That's a gross name for that. Why would you name it that? Yuck. Okay. That's very interesting. And I assume you've always followed this god since as long as you've been here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's rewarding to be as chosen.
Yeah, I imagine. I was also chosen by my god. I understand the feeling, the comfort,
I was chosen
the
by Unicorn.
admiration.
Same.
It's true, they were. It's a bit of a long story. I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure actually.
Do you know you've been chosen?
He told us.
Yeah.
Literally.
They can lie.
He
They
wouldn't
can
do
say the
that. He's
truth.
our father. He's a good guy.
How did you know you
Preferred.
were chosen?
I
Except for
survived.
the
I carried the sickness. And after that, I developed powers.
yeah, but we got powers too.
Yeah. He said, I love you kids. And then we're like, we love you, Papa. And he gave us powers.
More or less.
Really the same in my village. It's a lot different,
different
actually.
Yeah, there's not a lot of love
Lots
coming
of
from your
different
father
people.
figure, huh?
It's tough love.
Sure, buddy.
I mean, we're orcs.
Yeah.
We're meant for it.
You gotta earn your father respect. I get
They
that.
love differently.
No, never met orcs. But from what we learned from you, you gotta earn everything.
From me or from the orc?
From the orc.
Okay, I was like, I don't know how to
from
feel
the orc,
about
from the
that.
orc. You have to earn your respect, I'm assuming. Kind of foreshadowing the rest of your village's relationship.
Without sacrifices, you can't really know what someone is like.
I understand that. My god came to me when I was on my deathbed, my lowest point. I lost my husband, my humanity. I was chosen by her in the wet cellar of my old house, and here I am, reborn once again.
Couldn't be us. As I look at Sophia.
When we get to the village, you have to be very respectful to the elder. He is the most powerful of all of us. He was chosen, but for much more.
What do you...
He was chosen to lead. Lead us, followers of Bioras.
Pat him. How do we show our respect? Exactly.
Question.
Because I
Don't
Like,
insult
that's
him. You stay polite. And you agree to what he asks.
what if he asked me to kill myself?
You won't.
Okay.
He's wise. He's old.
I'm also wise and old.
You don't look like it.
It's because I have a really good skincare.
She ages differently.
That's true.
Like
Probably older
elves.
than you.
Kind of.
Like me.
Like a nerfed elf.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm actually equally the youngest and oldest person among us.
I don't understand.
Me neither.
Not many people do. She's like 35, which is middle-aged, which you guys aren't middle-aged, but she's also, you guys are also have hundreds of years on her at the same time.
I mean,
So she's equal.
Satyrs aged as humans. They just live longer.
Mm.
So technically, I've basically been middle-aged for almost 200 years. No, 100 years at least. So. I just have a really good skincare. Not a freckle on my skin.
Feya's essentially translucent.
I got all the freckles in the world.
Yeah, it's because the Feywild does things to your body, you know. I was
guess we
gonna
just
say it's
keep-
that weird fumes, but it's the Jacob's game, so the weird fumes are actually not in this game.
Not
I'll
yet.
bring my fumes into this.
When we get there, could the elf stay outside?
I'm not an elf.
Okay.
Not you.
Who's the
Kind
elf?
of racist, if you ask me, but okay.
The actual elf.
I don't know, he's shorter than me. It gets-
Why does he stay outside?
He attacked me, but most importantly, because he's an elf.
That's racist.
That is racist, love. Sorry.
Yeah, but if we want to pay respect to the elders, we kind of have to play by his rules. Unfortunately.
Fine.
You should give me the bag, Sylvia, so it's not too heavy
Actually,
on
I
you.
was gonna maybe suggest that if we don't have it, if something does happen, they won't just.
It's not gonna
turn
be in the
all of us.
village.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have to go into the village, or is he saying outside the village completely?
Nah, he wants me
Outside
out.
the village. Yeah.
Oh, then in that case, yes. Never mind. You can just put it on the ground if you get tired, I guess. Fuck, I'm bad at lying.
Yeah, I'll just keep it then.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna be like outside the elder's house.
No,
And I'd
outside
be
the whole village.
like, damn, that's racist
That's
as
true.
hell!
Maybe it's just a tiny
Shit!
little village.
That's hella racist!
Can you shapeshift? Shapeshift
Nah.
into a worm. I'll put you in my bra
Wrong
too.
game. Wrong game.
Oh.
And I guess we keep on trucking.
Oh, wait.
Bye now.
How tall is Bram and
Ram.
Sophia?
That's like 5'8", isn't he?
I thought it was like 6 feet.
I thought it was like,
No,
go about
Odd
saying
is
this,
6
a
feet.
short king.
No, I'm not short.
You're 6 feet?
Yeah.
What?
It's really tall
I've
for
been
an elf.
imagining you this whole time as like
Since the
5'4".
beginning, I've been describing myself as a tall, slender elf.
It's true.
Dude, in my head, you're
It's
like
because I'm
petite.
to me I'm tall.
Maybe that
because
fixes.
so satyrs are supposed to be that tall. I just happen to be really, really tall.
I think it's
Maybe
the
not
angle
6,
of
but
your
like 5'10" and a half.
I think it's the angle of your mini. I think every time I see a
yeah.
miniature, it looks shorter than I thought it was.
You're right.
They changed D&D Beyond, now my brain is all confuzzled. Okay.
I'm gonna put in my height. It's gonna be 5'10" and a half.
Okay, well... I'm gonna telepathically tell Vea. I could change his appearance if we wouldn't want him to be alone. But I don't know that we really want to risk it either.
You
Can
can
answer
talk
you?
telepathically?
Yeah?
Can I answer you?
The wrong
No, you
game?
can't. I don't have the
Question
text
mark?
notes on.
Hmm.
I'll say, like,
Yep.
wink if you think it's a good idea. And then if you don't say anything, I'll know.
Can I like eye motion over to the bag as in like a yeah, but he has the bag.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Dea, exceptionally bad at lying. Low ass charisma.
Okay, hopefully nothing bad will happen. Because obviously this campaign is all about low-risk
Timing.
endeavors.
Only good things happen. As
Of
we're
course.
trucking along, also, I keep forgetting, and then I remembered. Aradia.
Hmm.
I know this has to do with your part. Is there anything you'd like to forewarn us about before we start this?
I don't know, I've been trying to talk to my mom. See if
We-
she
we-
knows anything, but she
Your
doesn't...
birth mother or your adoptive mother?
Oh, the circle that I come from. My
Okay.
mother from there.
Okay.
Because I know nothing. And Yupicorn and Father God Pappy just show up when they
It's
want, so I
apparently a
can't really
woman.
ask them for anything.
Yeah, isn't it a woman?
Apparently it's a woman now.
Oh, the chrysalis is a woman?
Gender
Yeah.
switch.
It's okay, she's daddy.
Always thought she was a man.
From the story, she is described as a woman.
I think she may be just genderless. She appears however she likes to
Yeah.
anybody. She
Happy
appeared to
Pride
me
Month.
as a man. Actually, technically, it only appeared as eyes, so there were no genders, but I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice, is the way you described it to me.
No.
Because I thought, oh, is it Yupicorn Papi? And you said no. I remember thinking at least it was a boy. It was a man. It was a boy. As a child. It's a man. Because...
You couldn't really tell if it was a man or a woman's voice.
Well, they, she...
Because it was whispery.
They never really contact me again, so I'll never know. But I don't know. I don't know what to ask. I don't even know if it is an elemental. I've never seen one. I've read about it, heard about it.
You don't have any enemies from your life that we might run into, or
I mean, have you met me?
disgruntled family members? I mean, I have. I don't know.
People tend to find me charming. I mean, I don't know about you, but whenever I went, I made friends. I mean, I got hit on in a random Aafling village, so clearly I'm charming enough for people that even are shorter than me and younger than me to hit on me.
I've been
I
locked
was
in a
almost
cellar
bought for
6
prostitution.
years. Oh.
Right, the wine guy.
Oh. Ugh. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm charming enough. And if I did have enemies, none that I tell. The only enemies that I could have is enemies of my circle. But all druids always keep to themselves, and I don't know how they would know me. Didn't even want me in there. Why would they come for me?
Nothing of your birth mother? Anything that she might have done, or...
I was found in a forest as far as I could tell.
Okay.
So, I mean, if she hates me, she
I
didn't
don't...
meet me, so I don't know.
I mean, I doubt she hates you. I don't think a mother could hate her child, but I just... Perhaps the circumstances of your leaving in the forest, perhaps your mother has enemies that may be after you.
I mean, she basically sent me away.
Well, maybe it was for your
born a druid,
safety.
so they were like, you don't really belong there. What if you go to that one fancy school? Maybe you'll see if you like it. And I was like, fine. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just adventure and figure out who I am for myself, because pickles. I don't.
I mean, maybe they did it for a reason. I mean, look, you're powerful. You learn magic. I honestly, Aradia, I was given my powers by a divine intervention. You had the gall to go and learn it from nothing.
I have a magnificent memory. I know things even I didn't know.
It's impressive on its own.
Zach's face is basically lying. What the fuck is she saying?
You see, don't think they would have done it if they didn't think that you couldn't handle yourself. What I'm more worried about is I don't want you to not be prepared for what we might find.
Well,
You know,
why I
a
want
part
to talk
of
to the elder.
a part of me knew I'd find Oliver there. You know, in my heart and soul and whatnot.
Hmm.
And, you know, I don't want you to hesitate for what we find. And we're here for you. We're going to back you up. Whatever you decide to do.
Maybe if it's someone I've met, when I see them, I'll be like, oh shit. Because, I mean, you know nothing about my kind, but from what I read, satyrs aren't really from here. I've never met anybody else like me that they said I know of. And I don't think I'm supposed to be that tall. So
Your father was very tall.
I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna meet my real father, and then Unicorn Poppy's gonna be like, "How dare you? She's my daughter now!" And then we're just gonna be like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" And then we're gonna start fighting, and we're gonna be like, "Whoa!" And then I don't know when.
Speaking of yours and Sophia's friend,
Father.
sure. Are you sure he's uncorruptible and safe?
What do you mean?
I mean nothing of insult by it. It's just sometimes the people we trust turn out to not be who we thought they were. And I just want to make sure that you, both of you, are safe and you aren't going to get hurt from this or by this or changed. Do something you don't want to necessarily do.
I mean,
if you tell me, sorry.
They protected Sylphir. When his parents, didn't really bother looking for him, he was there, and he not raised him, but he was there for him. So as long as he was there for Sylphir and Sylphir trusts him. Plus, he gave me a tool that apparently has been, that I didn't even know could help people. Like, the principal said that the dream world has been fucked up, and then Yupicorn said, yeah, the dream world has been fucked up, and this could help. So, with all the information I currently have, they've only been positive. And even in the little book, they mention Yupicorn Poppy, and it wasn't necessarily negative. It was omniscient, maybe. A little weird, but I don't know. I've never heard of a fake creature that isn't a little strange. I mean, you think I'm strange and I'm a fake creature. Sylphir came out of the Feywild and he's a little strange, and you guys also agree. So I think maybe it's just a vibe we got going.
That's good. I apologize, but now I feel like after what we've all just gone through, that I feel like I'm on guard for everything. I feel like I can't trust anyone anymore, and I'd hate to see anyone else go through what happened. It's not a particularly pleasant feeling.
I feel like maybe it should be the other way around. You didn't trust Oliver, and then when you found him, I mean, according to you, because I mean, I don't think we all agree to this. A good change, I can change him behavior, but he did try to save us. or help us, and you thought he wasn't to be trusted. A part of you hoped, but you didn't think you could trust him with everything he's done. And he helped. So maybe there's just hope. Just have to hope for the best and cross that bridge when we come to it.
I hope so. I don't know. I can't do much. Hello? Oh.
It's okay, at least he doesn't put his fucking face in the camera.
Can't reach the camera. He just needs love. Okay. Yeah, I want to trust people. I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been in prison for 6 years, but I don't doubt that this would make you be worry of people.
Trying. It's a lot of new experiences. The world has changed a lot since I've last been out. And I'm still a bit new to all these types of realms and different creatures and what have you. But if you say, and Sylphia says that it's to be trusted, then I will trust.
I mean, I think for someone who seems to have a lot of anxiety, you still put a lot of trust in us anyways.
PTSD!
Even with the principal that tried to...
Yeah, she tried to lock me in a sarcophagus. Is
she
that
does
no?
that sometimes.
Hey, I didn't do anything!
I know, but the first time I went to see her, I was like, hey, just wondering, could you tell where I come from, if I was born here or whatever? She didn't give me an answer, but she did put me in there. And I was like, hello? And she was like, we could do testing. And I was like, no, but I'll come to you if I want to be mummified.
Ah, I can't believe somebody put her in charge of a school.
She's great, she's amazing, and she's really powerful. And at the end of the day, she's still trying to do good, but I think like a lot of people, her interests come first. So I guess we piqued her curiosity, and that came first before helping us. I don't even know if she would have found the answer if she would have given it to either of us. With you and the thing in your head, or me and where I come from.
Well, I fear that it's a very similar thing to what Sylphia has in his head. If it was in fact T that was there with Oliver that night, I think it might be something similar, and I need to worry more about... anyways, I have a list of things I need to worry about, but they're more just, for me, things than something to detract from the group.
Side note, player-wise, did we know that the worm had an influence on Sophia? Like, would you have told us, or we actually don't know? Because I wrote down that... I wrote it down, but I didn't say whether or not you told us, yeah.
Well, I don't even know if Sylphia knows that the worm has an influence on him.
Because I wrote down...
Yeah, you felt it, he even talked to you.
It spoke to you.
Oh yeah, that one time,
I wrote down that you said, like, I'm in control now or something. Because of the worm. Yeah. And I kind of assumed that you said that out loud when you regain...
Yeah, I don't think you ever talked to them about it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I assume that I would have told you after the fight that, like, when it paralyzed me for a while and then I took control. Okay. I assume that I would have told you then.
Yeah, because I wonder, that worm that gives Sylphia's power, is it corrupted him or something, no?
Yes.
Control.
So maybe that's similar in some ways. It corrupts you, quote unquote, as in it's a life link.
Well, my hope is that I make a different type of longevity juice without the aspect of being under T's control. And hopefully I can produce them for myself and all the other people like me who are under T's control because of it.
Have you, and I don't mean any disrespect, have you asked Beatha if she would know any of that. I don't talk to her directly, but would she tell you or give you like a premonition of? I know a little bit about dreams and divinations stuff through dreams, but that's my extent on the knowledge, I guess.
I don't know. She's the gods
if it was
work
dangerous.
I mean, the gods work in very strange ways. I've told you how Olo works. She's quite chaotic for what she is and kind of showing me what she wants to do. And Beatha, well, she's only really ever spoken to me once. And other than that, it's been sort of feelings, strong intuitions and such. I'm not sure if she would give me a direct answer. I can try.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, I've seen people have dreams of sort of memories in your dream, and it shows you part of the story that you wouldn't have normally seen at first eye. So if hypothetically you went to bed and you like asked her if there's any way that she could enlighten you, if she had any power over showing you, or maybe you're not even meant to know just yet. But I'm just saying, if it is something that you'd want to know, you could always ask her. Maybe answers aren't guaranteed, but
no. And I am getting a little nervous about praying to the gods. Olo seems to be listening in.
Eavesdropping.
Yes, she's a little aggressive in that sense. But everything I did was technically for love, so.
Oh yeah. She's left you alone.
Give me some sort of break eventually.
Let's just hope she doesn't show up at the worst opportunity of the moment.
I don't think she will. I think she prefers slow suffering.
Dramatic entrance.
Yes, she's done a lot. But apparently I've
never pissed off a god.
I wasn't planning on it, but I saw you guys and Oliver and everyone fighting, and I just kind of panicked, and I may or may not have just blasted a celestial being right in the chest.
I mean, collateral damage.
She was really not impressed. She had no eyes.
Oh.
Really bad. It was probably not an intelligent thing to do. I should have just asked, right?
I mean, whoopsie.
Kind of went into a fight or fight mode.
There you go. See, it's a trauma response.
It's a trauma. PTSD. Punch or get punched.
I don't know how gods work.
Don't ever give any sort of yourself.
I know how to speak God.
I'm sorry?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
They just have like a language they speak among themselves. And I learned it for fun. Pastimes. I really like learning languages.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know enough.
That makes
I only
sense.
know 5.
I feel like we'd be doing this while we're pushing. It'd be like an out-of-breath conversation.
I thought we arrived at the village. Oh no, you continue. Never mind.
Yeah. I think it's still. He said that it was going to be longer. So if we were like a day or a day and a half away, we're like 2 days away now.
DM?
Yeah? What's up?
How far away are we?
You don't know?
Oh, we're just trucking.
You're just following the orc?
Excuse me? How far out are we from your village?
5 minutes.
Yeah, you're pretty slow, so it might take all night.
Are we gonna rest or just
sleep?
I want to get there.
Obviously. But
So
I mean, like,
you can rest once we get there.
Okay.
Wow.
Outside, though.
Of course.
Of course.
For the elf.
So, if no one else has anything to say or do.
Hella chatty.
You walk with the orc,
This is a lot of work, man.
pushing that giant boar. And night passes. And eventually there's a bit of a sunrise. And I'd like all of you to do a Constitution saving throw.
Please.
Because of exhaustion?
Yeah.
13.
Oh my god, thank you, Jesus. That was really close to a 3. Whoo! 19. That scared the shit out
Yeah,
of me.
19 too.
Hello. Hello.
All right. You're all okay. 13 is enough for the
Oh,
That's
for
cool.
this.
your constitution is strong.
And so you all managed to stay somewhat awake and
Finally awake.
energized, even though it's running low and you're feeling it. But you carry it, and eventually there's a small clearing, some place on the ground that's more flat as you go up a small hill, and you can see this big village. It's not a small little village, it's a big thing. And there are walls surrounding the village, protective walls. But as you can see from where you are, most of them are made of wood and are kind of just like protective things that if you try to run into, you'll get like stabbed. It's like spikes, wooden spikes. But some parts are they look like they're being built out of stone. And you can see the parts where their walls are made of wood are kind of built on top of like rubble. Like all of the walls were made of stone but were destroyed, and now only small parts are being rebuilt.
That's not good.
But the walls kind of hide the entrance. Not the entrance, but the village. But there's the entrance there's one facing you. And at the entrance there's a couple of orcs protecting,
Can we
keeping
see the
watch.
lake a bit?
Currently it's nighttime. Well, I said there's the sunrise, so there would be a little bit of sunlight. So I guess you can see some reflection further past the village. You can kind of see the reflection of the sunlight on top of like a body of water, but it's not bright enough to really see well right now. But the orc turns, says, "Well, we're here. Do you want to rest before you come in?"
We can talk and rest.
"I'm going in. I'll send some orcs to get the meat."
Okay. I feel we should talk, and then that way if we rest, we can think of our plan for tomorrow.
I think we should do a proper rest though, Daya. Just in case.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying we should talk and then fully rest. And then attack.
Ah, okay. Sure.
Yeah. That's what I meant, I think.
I thought you meant like short rest, like
No,
rest
no,
while chatting, and I was like,
Fully rest.
what if we get attacked?
No, fully rest.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Get
Here.
inside.
It gives you Cuddle Bear as company.
Yippee.
I just want to confirm. Do I need a distance to see through his eyes?
There is a distance, yeah.
What's the distance?
It says it on the spell.
Because I... Oh my... Okay. Let's just hope it's not too far, and maybe I can check in on you. And if you talk to him, I think I can hear. Let me just make sure.
I am a child.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable leaving our
Within
only
100
child
feet,
outside.
Communicate with it
With
telepathically.
the powerful artifact.
I can see through its eyes, gaining the benefit.
Goodbye,
Oh,
son.
I'm deaf. But if you motion,
Oh no, you would hear what he hears, but you, Radio, will be deaf and blind.
Okay, my bad.
I
Okay.
can send him a message.
Well, it's more for Sylphir. If something happens, I want to be able to hear it.
You could always just, because the worm can talk to you telepathically,
Oh.
so Sylphir could just say something to the worm and the worm could tell you. You don't really need to see and hear through its eyes and ears, if you want to.
Yeah. I was just, if ever I can check in on him and be 2 seconds, but it's just funny. I just imagine my eyes go white for a second as I'm like looking through the worm, and she's like, "Hello, ma'am, you there, buddy?"
It's like the view is like, Gromit, we have to hide the body, Gromit, and it's like.
Okay, so I give you Cuddle Bear. Cuddle Bear, you tell me if something's wrong, and if you need to bite on something, balls out. Okay? I scratch his little bit. Good boy.
How big is Cuddle Bear?
The tiniest little guy. He's a
Like
tiny
this
monstrosity.
big?
It fits under boobies. Can't be that big.
This big?
He's pretty big.
It's pretty big for a worm.
He's
This
pretty
big?
big for a worm. Oh yeah, I got massive titties.
Massive gadonkas.
Massive gadonkas. It's yeah, it's a big ass baby. The biggest baby you've ever seen.
The fattest baby I've ever seen. 12-pound baby.
He's
baby.
a tiny, but he's pretty thick.
The cat is tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you've seen pictures of Cuddle Bear, right? He's a big boy. He's not
Like
a like it would
I
take
can't-
my entire boob.
I can't say that. That sounds sexual.
He's kind of,
Funny.
I'd say he's kind of the length of like a squirrel, but he's more thick.
He doesn't
The
fit under
length.
one boob. He fits under both. He kind of
plateaus. He plateaus the titties. Got
yeah,
it.
Yeah. He
He's
serves
like
as
the-
a bra.
And he's got girth.
He's doing the push-up part.
Yeah. He's doing the push-up part of my
Without him, your boobs just deflate. Vaya
boob.
feels
I mean,
a
they look
little
great.
bit. Vaya feels a little
But-
bit better than herself about herself. It's like
It's double D's. What can I say?
okay. Let's
Like F's.
get inside and ask some motherfucking questions.
Sophie, you can scratch, and I show him.
You guys are going
the part
now?
that he likes to scratch.
Yeah, talk first.
Aren't
Rest
we
later.
resting? Or resting?
Alright.
I don't like the face Zach just made. Did you see that
I
face?
can scratch where?
You can scratch right here, and then
I
he'll
just gotta
open his
leave it.
mouth, and you
Shut
just
up.
go around his mouth. He likes it. Just don't go in. I mean, it tickles. And if he licks, it's might sting us a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Alright. So,
Rest.
the time you took talking, other orcs come by, take the boar, and leave without saying a word.
Okay.
They're normal looking orcs. And they just go towards the gate,
They're
Dragging.
beta males.
the boar.
What a nerd.
We'll just follow them, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with them. Fucking we ball.
Did we rest?
No, we didn't rest. Well, you can short rest if you like, but we're gonna long rest after, I guess, because you're waiting outside.
I thought
So-
you were gonna rest with me outside and then go inside.
No,
No,
we're gonna go
rest
inside
after.
first.
So
This
we
is the
can attack.
assumption that we don't get attacked.
Yeah, it's like the
Inside.
best
Well,
possibility.
can I long rest in the meantime?
We're thinking of best case scenario.
Just
Sylvia, what if someone tries to kidnap you? No, you're alone.
don't fall asleep. Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, Cuddle Bear's there, and he can't talk to you, but he can can't
wake me
warn
up by
you.
biting
He can
me.
bite you. Yeah.
What if you get Sylphir napped? It's a lot easier than kidnapping. Sylph-napped.
Self-nap.
You just
What do you mean
present-
it's easier?
When we
You
get in the village, is the guy that fell asleep that I put to sleep there
I
in the village.
do so much damage to our enemies, I can take care of myself.
You just show him a fancy hat and Sylphir's gone. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Just a picture of
is it.
Unicorn.
So you
Yeah,
go
dwarf.
towards the village, and as you enter, you can see a lot of rubbles inside, a lot of broken stone, a lot of broken buildings. Nothing is left. You can see that right now there's some tents that are set up everywhere inside the village. But like it's set up in small places that they cleared from the broken buildings that were there before.
Are we being led in?
Not really. You're just kind of stumbling inside.
Yeah.
that
So
for us.
is the guy that I put to sleep there? Can I see him?
Roll me a perception check.
So if we knew someone, I would ask them like, "Hey, buddy." Where is it? Perception.
Or the pustuli guy?
I think especially guys in the tent.
Natural one.
Yeah.
That's sad.
You
For
can't
reasons.
tell the orcs apart. They all look the same to you.
Oh, racist.
Natural one.
Yeah, but what if it's in my bonds that I don't see races? Like I'm not a
I-
racist. Like I accept all. It's
I
like-
don't
You
see
accept them, you
color.
just can't tell them apart.
No, but it's written in my thing.
Yeah, no, but
I
I
don't know
mean,
how to explain it. It's like the thing I rolled to pick something, and that's what it gave me.
no, but I get it, but it's still hard to tell them apart. They're all gray with greenish skin and not fangs. It's the
Tusks.
tusks. And they're all muscular, and they're all walking around with their weapons, the same kind of weapons. And you're just kind of looking at a bunch of them, and you're like, I can't tell which one I put to sleep. It's not racism, because it's not like, oh, I hate them. It's
yeah, I
just
try to go around it.
it's just difficult to recognize him. You
Uh,
didn't see him for long, and yeah, you don't see him anywhere. Or at least you
Where
don't think
do
you see him anywhere.
Do you see the man that dragged us here? The
Are
man-
you talking and walking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
walking and talking. Till somebody
Alright.
stops us and tells us where to go.
It's
Wait,
early in the
you-
morning, and there's already people building things, and you can see this big building of stone that was reconstructed towards the middle of the village, and there's like the building starts with just kind of like stairs, then it goes into like a circular wall where it would be like a wall for a building, but where there's a circular wall, there's a throne. And
That seems
sitting
like it.
on the throne, someone is sleeping. But this someone is pretty big. I'd say with all the pustules and the stuff everywhere on his body, he would now be considered a large creature.
Oh boy.
He is very fat. And he has kind of long but very thin black hair. Like he hasn't had a haircut in very long, and it hasn't been washed either. It's very greasy. And on top of his head is a crown made of like a dark metal, and on the metal there are dried ears. But the ears are pointy.
Oh, that would be why. I will just move my hair over my ears. They're not like generic elf ears, I know, but they're still pretty pointy. And I don't think I'm down to lose my ears today.
Mine
This
looks like a cow.
this
Excuse
orc
me.
sitting on his throne, you see him from afar right now, but he's so big that you kind of see all of these details of like all the rotting flesh everywhere on his body, but his face seems perfect, like it has been left untouched.
Creepy. Okay. I guess that's probably a good place to start. Do we just approach? I feel like we shouldn't just approach.
He's sleeping. Do you see the
Yeah.
pustule man?
I do. Yeah, don't call him that. I think he's the leader.
No. The one we talked to. The
Oh.
one that led us here.
Oh, do I see
Yeah.
him?
You would see him speaking to someone else that looks like him. Different kind of face, but he has the same kind of rot and infections on his body.
Got it. Let's go see that guy.
Really hope it's not contagious.
You go towards
Oh.
them.
You'd have to be put in the vat.
Yeah, that's them I was talking about. So, you ready to meet the Elder?
Yeah.
Follow me.
Any customs that we should be aware of? Bowing, presenting, curtsying.
Do we call him my lord?
Do we call him my lord?
Oh, nah, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Just stay polite.
Sure.
I'm gonna
You go-
like, elbow you and say, thank God Odd is in here.
You follow him and he walks towards the place where there's the big stone building. One of the only ones remaining. You can see that some stone structures are being rebuilt, but it seemed like that one was, like, it's completed. The big one. So, he was priority number one, and then now they're rebuilding houses and stuff. And you go towards him. And eventually, getting nearer, you can see that this orc, even though a bit chubby from his face, he is a beautiful orc if you look just at his face.
Got it.
His hair and the rest of his body are hideous, and as you get closer, it smells bad. It smells like rotten flesh. And as you get closer to him, the orc leading you stops and goes, Elder, these are travelers. They heard about what's happening with the island and they want to help, so they earned my respect. They fought valiantly. And they wish to speak to you. Oh, hello.
What?
And he kind of gets up a bit from his chair, and just by getting up, some pustules kind of leak. And there's just pus coming out from everywhere on his body. Oh, who do we have here?
Hi.
He starts smelling heavily.
Oh!
He raises a hand with his arm, just obese, but not from fat, from pustules. And as he raises his hand, he puts it towards you, and both of you need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's not enjoyable. The fuck?
I'm not scared.
It's
What?
magic.
Natural one!
Wait, is that a spell? Sorry.
I rolled a nat one.
Actually, no, just you don't even have to do the save.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah, because you're not humanoid. You are Fae.
I'm humanoid.
You are humanoid and you failed the saving throw, and so your
Nature.
body freezes
Ugh.
as you are under the effect of an old person spell.
Do I notice her?
Probably, yeah.
Can she talk? Can you talk?
She's paralyzed.
Oh. I don't know, my mom's paralyzed and she can talk.
Meth, please.
Sorry.
You smell. You have traces of elf. And you can redo the savings throw if you'd like.
Whoa, fuck. Fuck! 12! Come on!
No.
I can't speak, either.
No. But I can let it pass if you're willing to help.
We are. If
You're not humanoid. My spell doesn't work on you.
I look at my host.
Clearly.
Yeah. No.
But Bioras tells me to trust you, and so I will. And the old person kind of stops. He breathes very heavily. Like he's out of breath. Oh, what do you wish to know?
Well, we want to know what we are dealing with so we can make sure that victory will be ours.
I'm
And
sorry, I'm
yours.
actually lightheaded from all the heavy breathing.
Oh god!
So any information about what
the island?
the island or what the creature looks like?
And the reason, the thing that's stopping the boats from getting to the island as well.
I think that was the
There are water kind of creatures made of water, and they take down anyone coming close. We haven't even gotten on a boat as it attacks us. The creature that did all of this, we do not know what it looks like, but it might just have been the movement and the impact of the island appearing there.
Is there an attack on the patterns other than, the boats? Is there a
While you're talking, asking your questions, you can see that some orcs are getting closer, interested in what's happening. And just
I don't budge.
10, 20, 30, they seem to kind of just stop and watch what's happening.
Are you meaning to say as well that you believe that the attacks in the water are not related to the island? You think it's a separate creature that's been disturbed?
Creatures must have followed the island. They weren't there before.
So they haven't seen anything. There's a shit ton of tiny little elementals.
They are pretty big.
Yeah, so tiny little guys.
And dangerous. And when in water, they are invisible. Only when they come out to attack that we see them.
Would I have studied anything that... Would I have studied where the elementals come from out of the elemental planes? Is there a reason that elementals exist other than druids out of their plane?
Other than being summoned, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, do they just
or
like
being
shoop,
summoned?
shoop?
Yeah. Would I, as Daya, know that they can be
You can
summoned
roll
outside
an
of their
history check.
Hop off. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Fuck.
Damn,
I
you're
rolled
not
like
rolling
shit.
well.
We're not rolling well. Any
I
of
rolled a
us.
4. I rolled a
You know, there are portals to plane, you know, there's stuff, but nothing more than that. Nothing comes to mind right now.
But I as Daya would know that there are elemental planes, right? This.
Yeah, there's elemental planes. They're pretty basic knowledge for people that studies magic.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't. Okay.
Like the Feywild. You're not in the Feywild right now, so
Yeah.
why aren't you? So you don't really have an answer right now.
I don't know. I spawned.
No tooth spawn?
You do not have to go into any details if you do not wish so, but before the island arrived, has any of your men noticed anything out of the ordinary while hunting? Strange creatures they had never seen before in the forest?
It was nothing different except for that island. It just appeared with tremors and like a small tsunami.
It came out of the water?
We don't know. We weren't looking. Nobody has seen where it came from. It wasn't there, and then the tremors and the water, and then it was there.
And it's the water that's done all this damage to your village.
Yes, and the tremors.
More than once?
No, it only happened once. But it was long.
Yeah. With the damage this abomination has caused.
Managed to destroy every single thing we had built. Statues, buildings, the walls. Everything. If you manage to break it, you will have us on your side. Anything. If you need help, we will be there.
You can totally get them to fucking grab the wizard, storm the town, grab the wizard, leave. Sorry.
Yeah, we could. Okay.
We totally could, but we won't because that's kidnapping and we're not criminals.
We're not implied. Okay. Then if you wouldn't mind, we will go rest and think of a plan, and we can make you aware of that plan before going. Is there a way
You can come back here whenever. You're always invited. Unless you're with an elf. And there's like the guy that's with you that's like looking at him, and he's like, oh, well, you can come, just not them. Oh,
Sure.
we'll let it pass.
Is there a way that we can, other than the boat, we can get close to the water without anything happening, correct? We just can't enter waters?
Step one foot in it and it will come for you.
Okay.
Have any of you tried stepping on it? With some of your innate magical abilities?
No, but I assume it will do the same. This creature comes out of the water to attack.
Then we'll go investigate the lake and think of a plan. And we, and I point at me and Thea, we'll be back.
First.
Thank you.
Excited to see what happens.
Us too.
And he kind of steps back into his chair.
Oh, boy.
Let's let him sleep.
And like, you feel like he was already stepping back before you arrived, but now that he steps back again, you can hear and see the pustules. You don't see the pustules, but you hear the pustules pop, and you can just see some pus on the throne.
Oh, God. Disgusting.
I love that.
My father is an elf. Insulted.
Maybe they've gone through things with elves, and it's a personal vendetta.
Most likely, I feel it best not to ask. Oh, poopy ears.
It is
Oh,
most definitely best not to ask.
Oh, what a good boy.
He just needs little kisses. Look at him. He has such long ass whiskers. Look at you, well entertained. Oh yeah.
Oh. Sorry, we got cat distracted.
Oh no, Poopy, don't exit the cult.
Okay.
Um.
You go back?
Yeah. Once we're in town, do we see the lake a bit better?
No, actually, outside. Now that the sun is kind of getting higher in the sky as you leave this village, because there's walls that are covering the view. But now that you leave, you can kind of see this really big lake with one small island in the middle, and it's kind of far, so it looks very small. But you're assuming it's a normal-sized small island. It's not
average size.
It's not Montreal. It's not Montreal or anything, but it looks like a small patch of land with maybe like what seems to be like a crashed boat on it.
Uh-oh. A boat.
Alright.
Once we get outside the little village, I'm gonna say, well, honestly, I'm not surprised about the way it's turned up in the fact that it's your piece that led you here. Isn't it your piece that's responsible for teleportation?
Plane traveling, but...
Well, it must have traveled from a different plane then.
See, I thought... And it might sound silly, but I think... Maybe, and it's completely speculations, but there's so many portals within my forest, and maybe this lake has the portal into... I don't know, I see two options. There's a portal from an elemental plane that created this, or someone created this island and is summoning things here. Because the only elementals I have heard of, or I haven't seen, but I have heard of personally without going to school, is druids transforming. Those are very powerful druids, and with the amounts that there are, I highly doubt that the druids would stay in their wild shape for so long, attacking.
Exactly.
Never really met a mad druid.
Let alone to displace themselves to cause a fight with pre-existing villages. That doesn't sound... Perhaps it was on the island. Perhaps it's just a creature that's scared and confused and has no idea where it is.
Yeah, because if it was just a portal for elementals, I don't see why an island would have been created. There would just be a bunch of elementals in the water.
It'd just be water. Isn't an elemental plane just the element?
Well, the way I imagined it in Cool was like, you have the walls that are like sky and oceanish, and then the floor is just an infinite sea that never ends. Just everything is blue, but you can technically, I'm sure elementals can walk on water.
Wait. Sidebar. It is just all elements, right? I'm not insane. It's just all water. Like top to bottom, or like all fire, or just air, or just earth.
Depends on the elementals.
Yeah.
The ones you
so, like-
fought coming out of the orrery were they were composed of their element, which was sand, but like
But like, let's say you have like an earth element. Is it like Rocky Mountain type of thing, or is it just you get there and it's earth, top to
earth,
bottom earth?
Or something. It
it would be
differs,
like
but-
a creature made of earth walking around. But you know, some of them might be different.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if it was an elemental plane, there's. Could you not try to eat? the
Because I
fucking
remember
wall?
you chop. Because I remember you telling me like the water elemental plane is just water. There's no like sky, air, nothing. It's just
There's
water.
no surface. You can go up for as long as you'd like.
forever, and it's
Yeah,
just
but I
water.
imagine it like Animal Crossing style, where you're technically underwater, but as you're in the water, it doesn't feel like water because you're an elemental. So it's kind of like there's just oceans and.
But for
walls
some,
of
for,
ocean.
yeah, for
It makes
something
sense
that's
for
not
the
an
elementals, the
For,
people
for
living
us,
there.
not so much. Well, for me, it would be okay. I don't have to breathe.
But it would be like it would be like them coming to an ocean and being like, what the fuck, there's a ceiling and a floor? I'm stuck between those places?
That
There'd be no
sucks.
reason for elementals to be in a lake other than if they were summoned, at least in my opinion. Why restrict yourself to a small lake? At least an ocean, and even then.
So the two options are either it came with the islands and it's just confused and scared and
I think
volatile,
the island might be summoning it.
or something off the island is summoning it to protect it.
I don't know what could summon an island, or
Well,
do I know any creatures that could be an island? I don't.
Oh, interesting. Roll me a history check.
lion turtle.
Maybe. Luckily, history check. I was looking for it, and why can't I go? Hey, not me getting mad at my computer.
Oh, it's a
Natural.
Natural 20?
Finally.
I'm gonna say, yes, you've heard of creatures that could be islands. They're incredibly powerful. They're more powerful than a level 20 player, you know, for example. You know, you'd think of like the most powerful mage, and he wouldn't be able to. Maybe he would, because level 20 is really strong, but like he would have a hard time trying to defeat them. But you've heard of legends of like a turtle-like creature that could be an island. Like a
Again,
really.
That creature would be immensely powerful.
Yeah, and very big.
So, not that, probably.
Yeah, the only thing I can recall that's the closest is something that I highly doubt anyone. A god, maybe. And even then.
So I guess our only decision is to try and figure out how to get onto the island and figure out from there what's happening.
I can't.
I'd say you're walking towards Sylphir, but as you walk towards Sylphir, there's something different. Sylphir?
Our boy!
While the others were away, the orrery started shaking again. And that's where we'll take a break. Well, see you after the break.
Gonna go get chips.
And we're back. And with us are two more people.
They just
Art.
wandered in.
Well, actually, they did more than wander in. As I said, the Sylphir, the orrery shakes and something happens. So, since Jay decided to use some points, and since it's his last game for a while, I will let him. So roll a d6.
You let me roll?
Yeah, roll for your own thing.
Aw.
Such a good boy.
I'll use my real dice. So 3.
Oh, should I? My thing closed. All right, 3 on the table of the orrery. Is it something you already had?
Maybe.
Lawful neutral 3.
Hello.
Oh,
Handsome boy.
you don't have any creatures. All right, so I'll say. What's the range of that? Sylphir.
Yes.
The orrery starts to shake. And where is it on you? Is it in your backpack?
It's probably in the backpack, like I'm sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground. It's just.
So you're not holding it?
Let's say I'm holding it in front of my, like on my legs. Yeah.
Then in front of you, a big line of strong wind starts to come out of the bag, and the bag kind of falls on the side, and it opens, and it just starts shooting. And it's gonna go in the direction of the entrance where there's Veya and Aradia. And so it's just going towards them, but it doesn't reach them. Alright. And while that's happening, we'll start with Odd. You are once again in the orrery. But this time, not in hell. You are in a place that the closest thing you could say this is a swamp. There's just muddy water everywhere. And in there, you walk. But you're not reaching anywhere. Is there anything you'd like to try, or are you just wandering around?
How deep's the water to my?
About knee deep.
Oh my god. Okay. Is anything around except swamp? Like
There's just this muddy
swampy
water.
Okay.
No trees, no nothing.
I'd like to. Like to drink some of the water.
What the heck is wrong with you, guy?
You're gonna drink the water?
I wanna know what it tastes like.
It's swamp water.
I'm just gonna go like quick, you know.
Taste it, my boy. Taste it.
Not a, you know.
Roll me?
Oh,
You're about to get poisoned.
Roll me just an intelligence check. See if you can recognize the taste.
I'm good with those ones.
See if you
Hey,
can
wait, my thing
recognize the
is-
taste. Which means you've tasted it before.
Tasted a lot of things.
I've heard.
Wow,
Might taste
4.
like someone we've encountered before.
A 5 minus 1. I'm
I'd
so
say the
intelligent.
closest thing your brain manages to associate the taste of that water with would be like the smell of fire. But it's not warm, it's cold, and well, it's not
Like a
freezing,
vampire.
it's just kind of like room temperature,
Okay.
which wouldn't be anything special. You know, it doesn't feel cold, it doesn't feel hot, it's just water. And you kind of spit it out as it's kind of muddy
Mm.
with dirt. But-
Shocker. Swamp water.
I'm going to.
I just want to tell you, there's no sun,
There's no sun.
there's no
There's no-
stars, no moon. You're just
There's no
in darkness
trees,
with your
no-
dark vision, and you're just walking in muddy water.
So I'm gonna like move forward 10 feet, and then just try to dig some of the under the water, I guess.
You're gonna dig under the water.
just do like scoops around. Just try
With
to
your
find
hands?
something. Yeah.
All right, you start to dig, and it takes some time. But having nothing else to do, and you've already tried walking and didn't lead to anywhere, you keep digging, and eventually, it kind of opens up and you fall into a very flat place. A place that seems to have grass, but it's dark. Right now it's raining. And you seem to be like in the real world, where there's trees and stuff around, but there's a big clearing with some kind of castle. And right in front of the castle, you see a big crowd of people.
No way.
Can I hear what's going on, or am I too far?
You can get closer and listen.
Try to get closer in the back of the crowd, maybe.
You get in the back of the crowd, and you can see there's like a wooden pillar that has been placed there. And it's kind of all burnt, and there's ashes on the ground.
Oh no. What? Can I hear what people are saying around me? Or?
There's a lot of voices, a lot of people are talking, and it kind of reminds you of when the orrery whispers. And there's like a lot of different whispers, but you can catch up some things. You catch that their job is done, they're finally free, and people just seem generally happy, and they start to kind of leave. And as they turn around to leave, you're kind of there in their way, but they don't look at you, and you can even see someone goes through you as they go away. As if you were a ghost, or they were a ghost. It's not really clear. But as the crowd kind of disperse, you can see Bram on the floor with a wooden pillar, a wooden stake going through the middle of his chest.
Look at Theo.
And you can see above him a figure, but it has no face. No features. It's just a blank body with nothing, no clothes, no nothing. But for you, Bram, as you were taken by the orrery again, this person that I described to you before, since you're here for the second time at the castle, there's knowledge that comes to your mind without you having ever known it before. But that person in front of you is a vampire hunter. And he was a big enemy of whoever you are right now. And it's kind of like his nemesis in a way. And he kind of smiles over you. And he takes out a flask. A big flask of water, but it seems to be made... Like the flask is transparent, but there's a symbol on it. And you recognize it's the symbol of a god, which means this could only mean it's holy water. And as he opens it, Odd, do you want to do something? You see this creature kind of create out of thin air this bubble of water.
I'm in the point of view of Bram that is on the floor with a stake.
You're on the floor. Right now, you can't do anything.
Right.
The pain is atrocious.
He has... Okay. He's pulling out the...
You're both not seeing the same thing, by the way. One of you is seeing a vampire hunter, and the other is seeing just a blank body, humanoid body. And when Bram sees him take out a flask of holy water from his bag, Odd, you just see him take it out of nowhere, and it just kind of materializes in his hands.
I'm gonna move forward towards that person and try to take the water bottle, the bottle. Take the flask.
Dude, come on, it's only water, man.
He's probably thirsty.
He's afraid of showers. What a loser.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably just smells.
Yeah.
He's stinky.
I'll put this. You take it out of his hand, and he turns towards you. And he kind of looks at you for a moment. And Bram, you see him. And he doesn't have a face for you, Odd. But words come out of him. Who are you?
A friend of his, if you might say so. Someone important.
How did you get here?
I cannot speak, right? I'm just there.
You can speak.
Do I see Odd?
Yeah.
You're allowed to say that I'm your friend.
What a cute little moment as he's
My
about
friend.
to die.
What timing?
He seems like he's in a particular
Predicament.
and if you don't mind, I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna move towards Ram
I think he might.
and try to take out the stick from his.
Alright, you take it out. And you
Who
just see
ever
the
think I got
blood.
penetrating
Yeah, I know, but
objects?
he's a vampire. He's probably got regenerative. You know.
He looks like Bram to you.
He's too late. He did it. It's canon.
Does that mean he
Maybe
looks?
not.
You take it out,
Yeah.
and Bram, it feels better.
Feels better.
But you've
You
been
feel blood.
you've been staked in the heart, and again, some knowledge that's not known from you, but from whoever you are in this world, comes to you, and you know that a wooden stake in the heart of whoever you are, when you're sleeping, would kill you. When you're not sleeping, it might not. So you might stay alive, since you weren't asleep when you were pierced.
Is it a common knowledge? Like, I do know this.
A wooden stake to the heart. I'd say you know of it just because some people have thought you were a vampire. And I guess as a Dampier, you have some knowledge of it. But the person you are right now feels, so you feel, like you might die the next time you fall asleep.
Would I know that the vampires feed on blood?
Yeah. Well, Bram feeds on blood. You don't know he's incarnating
I
a
don't know.
vampire right now.
Yeah. I know he feeds on blood, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give him my heart. Give him my forearm still on the ground, I guess. And
All right. I'll go. And I'll just
Oh,
bite him.
there's some
Like
really attractive.
the ugliest vampire you could see.
Does the guy do anything? Like, watch me do this? The standing.
Yeah, he's looking. He seems curious right now.
It's just looking. Yeah.
And you see him kind of change a bit. His body becomes a bit more flesh-like, but like gray flesh. And it starts to do some weird kind of designs on his arms and his specks, like his flesh is malformed and like maybe burnt, but it's not skin, but he's naked, and when his body kind of takes a shape, ears start to appear, you see eyes and nostrils, but not a nose, just 2 nostrils. His fingers get nails, his toes get nails, and he gets a bit more human-like, even though he's very different. And he just looks at you.
I'm just gonna ask, who are you? And who are you to my friend?
Oh, I understand you don't know who I am. But it's interesting. He didn't bring you here. You have thoughts. You can think. Which means you're someone. You were brought in his world.
Of course you can think, you stupid.
Well, Bram, this place is a dream. You're just living it. And I'm helping.
You helping?
You're helping what? Who?
Aren't we in the Ori? What's that?
Alright. You're free to leave. And a strong wind hits you, both of you. And your bodies kind of, Odd, you're strong, so you kind of keep on your feet. Odd, you're Bram, you're dexterous, so you can you don't fall, but you're still getting pushed. But you're both pushed with one big gust that's gonna throw you out of the orrery.
Damn.
And everyone that's here can see both of you being pushed out of the orrery, and the strong gust of wind stays as it's targeting the closest person to it. So I will say either Odd or Bram. Odd, I will say, since you managed to keep your footing, it's still on you. And so as you reappear in the normal world, for 1 minute you have a thing that makes you that tries to push you 15 feet away per turn, and you need to do a strength save every turn for it. So
No way.
I'd say just for a minute you're kind of fighting against the wind while the others are regrouping. And eventually the orrery stops. And you're all here. Outside of what seems to be a village with wooden walls that kind of hide the inside and
We're there
spikes.
moonwalking. What's up,
Holding
guys?
myself with my axe from like.
You are next to a lake, and the sun is starting to come up.
Morning, I guess.
I am so confused.
Oh.
Why you were with me, right?
Or
If I just
yeah,
this?
I was with. I don't think it's happened before.
What
I
the
was
hell?
I was in the Ori, and then
I thought it
Yes.
was only one of my usual nightmares. But
I guess
With
the
Vera.
connection we have made us. But why now? And who is he? Or it?
not sure. I know for a fact that he's Do I know him? Do I know the guy? Or I just know that he's a vampire hunter. It just comes to me that he's a vampire.
Yeah, because it came to you. Alright, give me a second.
No worries.
I think I added. I noted it somewhere.
I've seen him a couple times, like in that pattern of a dream?
I guess, but it was always blurry. In the orrery, it feels very real, and you have better senses of the details. Let me check.
So you guys were in together then? Like Vea saw Castle from afar that one time she was in.
I was with them. I couldn't interact with
You couldn't,
whatever was
yeah.
around. I could. Just whatever was around.
Castle. Vea saw it too, right?
Yes, I saw.
Yeah, last. Yeah. Yeah. Why
Very
should you
strange.
guys all see it?
I don't
Always-
know. Why don't you
Creeps me
tell
out.
us?
Wait, hold on. Have you told other than Vea? Have you told us other than Vea what you saw last time you were in?
She saw it too.
No. This is me asking Jay.
Oh,
Did you only tell Vea
hard to
like
tell.
what happened, or are we all made aware that you saw that woman?
If I told her,
Because I know you told her, because she was like, "Hey,
I
why
think
did I
she
see that
talked
castle?"
about it.
I explain it. I explained what I knew, a little. That's it. I know. I didn't tell anyone else. I didn't tell
This-
anyone.
This might sound odd. No offense. But the first day we met, you saw a painting. And you had to leave, excuse yourself, because that had touched you. And I don't know what happened. I kind of assumed on the moment that it was a vampire and you've suffered a loss that met the same fate, but could the two be related?
I'm gonna interrupt just to say I have the name. It's a Furion Hunt.
The dude.
Unoriginal
that's
name. For
Oh
a
my
vampire
goodness.
hunter.
Furion
Hmm?
Hun.
Furion Hunt.
And I know his name.
Yeah, you can
Furion-
recall weirdly, even though you don't really know who that is.
Some wild cat attacks going on back
So
there.
to your question, his name is Furion Han, and he's a vampire hunter. How do I know this? I can't tell you. Maybe it's related to that painting. Maybe. I kind of
I mean,
I made a correlation there since I saw this painting, but hard to tell. Hard to
Vea
tell.
said it was
Not
like a
this time.
dream, and Cuddlebear said that it was like his fantasy world where he swam in acid all the time. So,
I think the aura is making you,
dream of something.
is putting you to a place where
Yeah.
Like, you're comfortable. I
Well,
wasn't
maybe not comfortable. I don't think Vea said it wasn't pleasant.
It was strange. Lots of faceless figures and open plains.
I don't know. I think maybe there's.
But I will admit, I did see the similar thing when I was stuck inside my own head when we were fighting House. And
I'm just saying
Oliver?
maybe there's something personal to it. You're seeing this for a reason, and I don't know what you saw. I just know that you cried
I did
at
saw
a painting.
the love of my life for another time. I would say that could be like a pleasant moment.
Maybe you have
Sure.
to relive it. There's something you didn't catch the first time. And I'm saying this because I was raised with people who analyze dreams all the time and use them to channel divinities in their own little world. So maybe there's
Maybe.
a point.
Hard to say. It was
I
just
mean,
weird.
it clearly
Claude was
wants
there.
you for a reason, so maybe you're close to the goal.
Yeah, the
Never
thing
wanted
is that
me.
you kind of, the majority of you, seen what I've seen. It's the odd part of it. But thanks for the little move you made earlier, Odd.
It's no problem at all.
Really
We're
appreciate
helping
it.
out a friend.
Is he still bleeding? From like big
He
stuff?
still has a hole in his.
Yeah, does he have a hole or something?
Not visibly, but Bram, you still feel the pain.
We were thinking perhaps we should all take a rest.
Actually,
What's with the
Bram,
win?
I saw you touch your chest.
I did.
You have clothes, you have armor, you have leather armor, but as you put your hand, you feel a hole underneath.
Say again, I feel a hole.
Say
What?
A place where you've been pierced, where it still hurts, you put your hand and you feel under your clothing, under your armor,
Ugh.
a hole in your chest.
Show me the hole.
Like a
Show
cavity?
me the
or
hole.
Like a single-
So
Like a wound, like an open wound.
Okay,
Take off your clothes.
get naked. Strip up, boy.
Hold on here. I think something really weird. Do I feel the pain?
Yeah, when you touch it especially. Kinda
Okay.
brings it back.
Hang on. Everyone huddle up. Everyone close. And I will tiny hut to have some privacy because I feel like people might just freak out if they see the guy that came out of the backpack with a giant hole in his chest.
I'm also gonna
Where-
take back Cuddle Bear and put him in his rightful place.
Is there people around us? That's
All
what it
right.
is?
But there's a village very close by.
Just in case. Privacy.
Yeah. Where do you guys want to go?
We're
Okay.
sleeping.
What's
Oh,
wrong?
here.
Why do you keep touching your
So
I feel the pain.
What pain?
I kind of got stabbed.
You got gay?
Oh,
In that dream world that we were in, and
well,
It was not good.
it's really weird. Let me
take off your clothes. Let me have a look.
now
I'm gonna
remove
turn around.
my,
If he's getting naked,
my
I'm just gonna-
armor.
Takes a bit of time.
I'm
'Cause
He's even
completely
pale.
unfazed. I'm
He's
just
even paler in person.
you unclip the clips of the armor, you remove everything, and when you remove your shirt, there is a hole in his chest.
through and
A
through.
wound
Oh,
that pierced completely.
God.
Yeah, through and through.
Yeah.
Okay. Lie down.
like we can see the other side.
Do I bleed or it's like
I'm gonna go behind him. Like, "Ooh."
Caught
Right
Right.
now, there's a little bit of blood, but it feels almost like this wound has been there for a while.
Okay. Just have a lie down, and let's see if I can't fix this.
do I feel bad? Do I feel kind of okay? Have I lost hit points?
You still have that feeling that if you go and sleep, you might not wake up.
Okay.
My God.
Yay.
So I'm going to, if and when he lies down,
Be right back,
I
but please
will-
continue.
I
I
clearly
should.
do lay down.
I don't have my lesser restoration, unfortunately, queued up.
Oh.
So
What's happening, guys?
I don't
can-
know. I don't know. It could be something of the
mean-
Ori. Let me try healing you.
Ugh.
Okay, don't
can
Bear's
feel it
dying.
more
Is
and
I
more.
know it's okay. It's okay. Don't look at it. Okay.
he dying?
I don't think he's dying. I think he's been greatly
No,
affected.
I
I,
don't
you're not dying.
think I'm dying.
I think
Am I
this-
dying? Sylphia,
No,
am I dying?
I think this wound perhaps surpasses the physicality of what it looks like. I would not be surprised if it is some sort of spell or curse. So let's try just a basic healing spell, and then if that doesn't work, whoa,
My bad.
panic.
Popcorn bag.
Uh-huh.
So I like rub my hands together to make them a little bit warmer because I feel bad. And then I put my hands on your chest and I go, okay.
Hold on. No, okay. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Ah!
My mistake.
And I will do a second level Cure Wounds.
Can roll for it.
That is 12 of healing.
Bram, I'll say you're full health now.
Was it?
Soulless?
You weren't, because you were in pain, and pain means damage. But your physical form here didn't take as much damage as your whatever form was there. And so, with that healing, you feel like the wound closes up from the inside, but the hole remains.
The hole remains. Okay, so that confirms very mildly what I was thinking. This is less of a physical wound, even though there may be some physical aspects, possibly pain
but
and
Kiki.
such. Oh, sorry.
As Veya, you would know that if somebody loses an arm and you heal him, it's going to close the wound
The
and make...
wound, but it's not going to keep the arm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which means that might be what happened, because you've never healed a wound that was that open.
That profond. Okay.
Is that a what kind of hole are we talking about?
Like a chunk? Like a
Uh,
chunk?
Steak size or
Like a poto, you know.
Dick size?
Poto.
Dick size.
Not a
size?
dick size.
Like it's a wooden steak.
size? What are
Hey.
you thinking of? Fucking hot.
No, I wasn't thinking that, but
All right.
now I am.
Okay.
Now we all are.
Okay. You might continue to have this hole for the rest of your life, but at least it's closed. It's closed. I can't see myself through the other side anymore, which
The
is
rest of
great.
my life.
You can hide
It's-
things in it. It's like a homemade
It is so
pocket.
fucking ugly. Look at that hole.
Don't hide things
with
in it.
Why
Don't put
not?
things in it. It's not
Oh,
clean.
that's actually a good idea. That could be.
It's not a good.
Feels
Don't
so
you
good.
dare.
Shove it in
It's
there.
the male
No.
equivalent of the
Oh my god!
boob bra.
If you go
No.
to a crime
No,
scene-
no.
If you go to
This
a
is
know,
crime
how-
great
scene, you
battle
can
surgeon.
hide your money in there, and they
This is
can
how-
search you, but they'll never know it's there.
No, it's that. This is how you
can
get
use illusion
sepsis.
magic.
You
can use
can't-
illusion
no.
magic to just cover the hole.
I mean, I
Megan,
feel
they'll never
great
know.
at the moment. A bit
No.
confused and anxious, but still,
Good.
I feel great. I could have a whole bunch of holes like this.
Your body, your
Exactly.
choice. It's, you know.
Don't
Yeah.
put. Yeah, but money is some of the dirtiest. Coin is some of the dirtiest things that you could
I
ever
mean-
touch.
Right.
You don't want to put.
Right.
If
I
look
mean,
in the
I
hole, can I see its
personally,
flesh or just
I
skin?
wouldn't put coin in any of my orifices. You know, I just
Speak
don't
for
think
yourself.
that's clean. Oh God!
Belly button.
I
What?
did one time, but let's not speak of that.
Zach,
Mm.
stop eating.
Listen to our skin
If I
Let the
if I
man
look in the
eat.
hole, is it skin or flesh?
I think it's
It
skin.
would be skin, right? Or like
So then he can't get sepsis.
like a closed,
I don't know
like
what
a,
sepsis
you know, like a
But
scar
it's
closed
closed.
wound. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
everywhere.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the flesh is a little beefy because it's healing.
I mean,
Little
shit, if the
medium
hole
rare.
never leaves, use it as a
Um,
homemade pocket.
Been,
Beefy
Beautiful.
flesh is the way to go. I'm not a cannibal, but if I was,
Maybe we can sew, like in the back, a little like flop so it closes, so it's really just a pocket, you know, instead of just a double-sided hole. Because then if you like bend down, it'll just flop out.
I feel like
Maybe
we
we
should
could-
not. We
something
shouldn't
like this.
be. No,
Awesome.
we should not be discussing the value of this newfound body hole. I don't think that's proper. I don't think that's clean. Bram, personally, I would not put things
his hole.
in your hole.
Can we start
can
like
do
with a
anything he wants
finger,
with this
like a
hole.
single finger? We just do it.
Like a lubed up finger.
Oh my god, your gloves are like made of insects. Do you think they're lubed up? Can you pass through?
No, I think they're just
Oh my
regular
God.
hands.
Oh.
I mean, I have to know if I
I mean-
still have sensation in it. Is it
Okay, hold on.
sensitive?
I take out Cuddle Bear.
Oh god, don't put that in
Oh.
there. Daya, don't do that.
He said he wanted to know if there's sensation. He tickles.
I mean, a
You
finger
ran-
would be fine.
Your body is made not
Oh.
to feel your insides.
Do you feel that?
Do I feel it?
You shouldn't. Scientifically speaking.
I mean, you would.
But you shouldn't.
Do I? Do I
Do you
feel
think
it?
maybe
It's
do
a
you feel
it's a bit painful.
It's a bit painful. Ouch.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Ay.
One finger was plenty. No more fingers. No more worm.
I've said that before.
Oh my god.
No more, please. One finger's
Oh,
plenty.
Sorry.
I'm gonna take my leave.
Oh no,
Sorry,
guys.
not really. I just couldn't pass up on the opportunity for a
too
terrible
easy.
joke.
Good call.
Too
Good call.
It's too
easy.
easy.
All right, well, no fingers in the hole. Everybody knows now.
I'm glad we had to scientifically prove that we're not supposed to put things in orifices
That's what
that don't
scientists
belong.
do.
I like holes,
As
but
a
let's
scholar-
switch up the conversation here. Alright.
As a scholar,
Yeah.
you have to experiment.
Let's go back to
Use an
the
hypothesis.
basic here.
to come to a
I
conclusion.
do have the hole from a dream, which occurred when I was in the orrery. That's pretty weird.
Means we're not
What are we doing today?
invincible in there.
You technically took damage.
I mean, that might mean that the orrery can cause damage to our physical bodies. We should be careful about what we do if we're ever inside.
What if it keeps going? I mean,
Okay.
is it gonna get
Perhaps-
worse?
Perhaps this is just a warning to hurry up and get what we have to do done.
Warning.
Oh, so today on our schedule, we sleep, and then we figure out how to get. So
I don't think I can sleep. I have a feeling that if I sleep, I
alright,
won't wake
then
up.
don't sleep. Listen.
I'll keep a check on you.
Well, I mean, I can just walk around.
You
think about
shouldn't
what just
approach the
happened.
lake. There are a bajillion of water elementals in there that are ready to gobble you up.
I thought
Fair
there was
enough.
just one.
Oh no,
Made it sound like there was just one.
there
The
are
way he spoke about it though.
elementals in the lake.
Wait,
And then,
sidebar.
like,
DM. Am I crazy? Is there one? Is there many? We don't know. Okay.
He said they kept coming at us.
But
And
he
then
also
I
said
said They're
he also
tiny,
said
and then he
that-
said they
oh,
were pretty
God,
big.
Sorry. Fucking Discord.
I
Bitches.
yes.
No,
Fucking sucks.
referring to them as they, and he said like, oh, they were.
On
Yeah, but-
Mimi's head.
Maybe he's non-binary, so
No,
his
no,
pronouns are they them.
he
Assuming-
can't
It's
be-
Pride Month.
He can't
I-
be non-binary.
I
it's
really
the
appreciate
water elementals that are.
I really appreciate how he went, maybe his pronouns are they them.
You idiot.
Well played.
Tried so hard.
I'm new to this. I'm new to
Check
this.
this.
Chronomancers homophobic confirmed.
Yeah.
Even though
Um,
we have a gay
Right.
life.
He said they, and then he said the creature. So I'm a bit confused if it's one
talking
big
about-
creature or multiple little creatures or multiple big creatures.
I took the big island.
Let's
as
find
the
out. And I
creature.
walk towards. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No,
You need to take a nap.
tomorrow.
Don't you guys worry. I'll be standing right there.
I
Not.
mean, you can wonder. Just if you get close to the lake, don't give them an opportunity to pull at you.
Oh,
you
okay,
don't-
so I can go outside. I'll just walk around the cabin. Are we in the cabin?
No, you're in a hut.
In the
If
hut?
I were you,
Fine.
I wouldn't go
Hey.
in the city.
Tiny
You're in an
hut.
orb. An orb that I'm
Hmm.
making black right now for nap time. Lights out.
If you doze off, Bram, I got you.
Do
What
you
does that
guys want to
mean?
hear a story
No
though
sleepy for you.
before bedtime?
Good to know. Thank you, my friend. And just sleep all your whole night. I'll
Lights.
be watching.
Hold on, I'm not tired.
Lights slightly
so-
back on. A story, you say?
Well, yeah. I
A
don't know.
story that somebody wrote.
I mean, this could be our
story.
last one.
Well, don't you have 4?
I'm saying if I die.
Oh, if
Yeah.
you die, can I have your books?
No,
Oh,
they're going to Sylphir,
oh, well then, it's fine. We're fine.
but he can't read.
Oh, you.
No
Hey,
way.
that's bullshit.
I can.
I speak 5 languages, you'll know.
I know.
But he does-
6 actually.
he
I
does
haven't,
not
I haven't
one.
read in a while, but
You want to
Have you
try to
ever-
read?
sure.
I passed
I
out
would.
the book.
Thank you. and I stutter and I go,
Nice try, bro.
"Hmm,
That was it.
I'll let you do it."
Not a lot of books in the house.
No. I've
All
never
right.
written, like,
So you read the story?
All right, everybody, saddle up. Get your
First, I want to
lunches.
know. You wanted to check something at the end of the book.
Yes, I want to see all the books, all the glue glue.
All right.
Not a sentence. So
So-
basically, I want to see the one I'm missing and the what it sort of is about, and about the author part.
I already read that to you last time.
That's
Yeah,
true.
about author. But at the end, there is written the collection of fairy tales, and then there's 6 books.
I only have 4.
So the book number 1, the green statues, which you read last time.
Mhm.
Book number 2, which you have in your hands right now, is The Fly and His Puppy. Number 3, that one you don't have. It is The Light in the Dark. Number 4, which I believe you have, is The Night Forest Monster. 5 is The Dream Catcher, which you also have. And number 6, which you don't have, is Daughter of the Forest.
Oh, that's me.
Oh shit, Dreamcatcher, like your pan flute. That's
I mean, the
yeah,
book
I
has
think-
the eye on it. That's why she picked it out. It has the eye of her patron,
of the chrysalis.
the
Of
chrysalis.
the fairy corn puppy.
So
We
The
don't
Fly and
gender
His
the-
Puppy.
we don't gender the thing.
I can read it for you.
Yeah.
You have such a
I
good
can't
reading voice.
Could
Yeah,
you
but
imitate
I-
Daya's voice as well, please?
No.
Oh my
You know in high school when they make you read in front of the class?
Yeah.
I feel a bit
I
like that,
feel bad.
and it's stressful because I'll mess up a word and I'll read something badly.
I'll call you out, don't worry.
You speak all the time. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I know, but I'm reading something. All right.
Mm.
The Fly and His Puppy. I'll just put the music up a little. Once upon a time, in a little lair in the woods, a mama fox named Fixe and her 4 baby kits lived a happy life. For those that don't know, kits are what you call a baby fox. It can be other words, but that's the one the author chose.
I learned something new. Good job.
The little foxes were very cute, and Mama Fox loved them very much. She always protected them and hid them in her lair when bigger animals were nearby. Mama Fox taught them how to find water and insects to survive, but one day, she decided it was time they knew how to hunt bigger prey. She gathered them one by one and said, "Listen, my darlings, today will be the day where you learn how to hunt. You will all go to the muddy lake where all the flies abide, because where there are flies, there are frogs. If you see anything dangerous, run back to the lair and I will keep you safe." The kits, excited to go on their first hunt, all ran outside towards the mud. Mama looked around, making sure her children were safe, but she didn't see the hunter. He was watching them from afar, and when he saw them go into the muddy area, away from Mama Fox, he decided to set a trap at the entrance of their lair. One of the kits jumped on a frog and surprised it, but the kit was too inexperienced, and the frog ran away when the hunter approached. "Hello, young fox, do you need help with your hunt?" The kit saw the pelts the hunter was wearing and understood that he was danger. He immediately ran back to Mama Fox, who loudly alerted the others to come back to the lair. Click, snap. A sharp metal trap closed on Mama Fox and wounded her badly. She was stuck while the hunter came back with a net. One by one, he captured the kits while Mama Fox was watching helplessly. When the hunter had captured all of the little foxes, he looked at Mama Fox and said, "Your fur is damaged, but I don't mind because children are more valuable. You can stay here until you die." Mama Fox shed big tears while crying for help. She didn't think anyone would hear her, but a newly born fae heard her cries. Scolopendra, a large 16-legged beast with 4 horns and 6 eyes, requested their companion for help. Sacrophagidae, we have to help her. The hunter shouldn't have been on our ground, and Mama Fox was teaching our kids to hunt frogs. It protects the flies. Sacrophagidae, father of flies, a lanky skeleton with insect wings surrounded by flies, looked towards his friend, smiling. He had been looking to hire someone to protect this part of the woods, and this was a chance to turn her into that. The 2 powerful fays headed towards Mama Fox, who had now given up on trying to call for help. When the father of flies saw the fox, he wondered if she was going to be good enough. How much do you want this revenge? We can help you find the hunter so you can make sure he doesn't do it again, he asked. Mama Fox did want to punish the hunter, but she wanted more importantly her kids to be safe. Do I have time to save my children? She asked. I'm sorry, but it's already too late. The most we can do for you is make you a powerful being of this forest, so that you can protect it from trespassers. Mama Fox thought about it for a while, but the thought of never seeing her children again made her cry. Oh, I should tell you that I can save the souls of your kids and let them stay with you for the rest of eternity, safe from any dangers, said the 16-legged beast, excited to use his newly found powers. Mama Fox agreed, and after falling asleep in the metal trap, she woke up in a transparent spectral form. Our new friends were already gone, but she knew what she had to do. Outside her lair, a new plant had grown. It was a plant that grew in the shape of a very big fox, with flowers on top and bones peeking out from the inside. It was her new body, and she could enter and leave it whenever she wanted. Other plants like this one had grown in the forest, and it was all for her. She entered the plant and ran in the direction of the hunter. She could now feel his presence, because he was trespassing on the territory of her new fae friends, and found him within minutes. She devoured him and used him as food for the surrounding plants, and once she had done so, her little kids ran back to her, now completely spectral. She got out of her plant body and took some time to run and play with her now eternal children. Now, the spirit Fixe protects that part of the woods where no hunter can go and live to tell the tale. The end.
Anne's saying that that's like a red flag about the island, but does anyone else feel like that's a red flag? Because they have hunters, and she says no hunter goes there and lives to tell a tale, and it's like hunters go and then they can't get there.
Does any of that remind me of any childhood shit I would have learned as a kid?
Same.
For both of you? No.
What?
Haha,
There's a
no,
ball sack full of caca.
no backstory lore.
But Sylphir,
Not lore.
you haven't managed to find much information when you were in the Feywild. You were mostly lost and then brought back to where you needed to go. And Aurelia, you've been deep in the woods, deeper than most people have, but only at one particular spot.
Yeah, it's scary from over there.
You don't venture into the other parts of the woods, because that would be dangerous, and you've been warned.
I'm a good kid.
Exactly.
200.
Unlike Sylphir,
Yeah, fuck you.
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
Your cats
Just
were
an incident.
chirping up a storm, my guy. They were going.
Okay.
That's book 2.
Wow.
You have 4 and 5 left. But you're getting sleepy. Enough for one day.
Wait, hold on. I forgot to ask. Actually, the question wasn't the author. It was is there the publisher of the stories?
Who's the
Nowhere,
publishing house?
nowhere in it.
So he did it by himself, or it just
Maybe.
wasn't
There's
mentioned?
such a thing. in
Yeah,
your world,
Of
a
course, the
publisher?
studies I've read at at school.
Yeah, you would know it for sure.
Yeah,
What am I?
there was,
What
there
am
was
I
a
telling?
published house, especially since it was at school. So either
I'll tell you when I find a publisher for my stories.
but there
That's
is right
very-
now. You just don't know.
No, there's nothing about a publisher in the books.
Okay. Ballsack.
So
I'm ready to bed.
you go to bed.
So Bram, and I don't go to bed yet.
I
No,
also
so
will
me neither.
take a second just to pray and reflect
Sleep.
and ask. I don't know if you're listening, BFR, but I really could use your help in this whole situation. I am unsure. I forget what we talked about. What did I want to talk to her about?
The worm. What's
The
the
worm!
condition.
Right.
Good job.
Yeah, it's really bad. I have mush brain. Thank God Ned is here. That's why she's our note taker. And I'm gonna go, I don't know if you have any insight on this or can point me in some direction, or even if you are allowed to help me through all of this, but I do want to know if there's something I can do for myself to help myself, because I think as long as I have this thing in my head, I will continue to be a liability, a risk. And I know you've spent so much time trying to build me into someone who loves and worships you and someone you can be proud of. And I really need your help to get out of the clutches of this person who wants to harm everything you stand for.
You get a feeling. No words, nothing obvious, but a small feeling. You get the feeling that you're already on the right path.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
As I'm falling asleep, I'll think of my mom and I'll be like, come on, this is what you do. Intuitive people's life sometimes. So would you just help me? How do you talk to an elemental? How do you swim across a lake without swimming? Just be there for once, please.
Unfortunately, nothing happens. But you have this
She
feeling
never
that,
fucking answers.
she's not omniscient. She doesn't know whenever someone is talking to her in their head.
I'm manifesting. Haven't you heard?
Unless you have like the sending spell that you want to use, but
Not today.
Oh, that's true. I was gonna use my sending spell and just send a spell to Oliver and just... I don't know what I'm doing. I know he's not gonna reply properly.
I'm
Sorry.
hungry. Rah.
Wait, yeah, Mev, first of all, is there anything else that you'd like to do before I
No.
have the bad habit of tangent cutting people off?
No, you're fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna send him a little sending spell, and I'm just gonna say, just hang in there a little bit longer. I promise I will come and get you. I'm on my way. Just hang in there again, please.
you get an answer.
Oh shit, what up?
I'm hungry.
But you feel like he's speaking out loud.
Oh no.
And it's automatically coming back to you. And you hear, "Oh, where? Fresh blood. A voice. Where?" And it cuts off. It feels like just his vocabulary has worsened.
I don't want to rush anyone. However, I am a little concerned.
What do you mean?
I'm
What do you mean?
a little worried. He was a doctor. You know, I don't mean to brag, but my husband is a doctor.
Was.
Yes, now he's just a beast.
So
Shut
I will
the mic.
drive to your house.
Do it.
I know where you live.
Square the fuck up.
I do know where you live. I know the codes to all the doors.
I just need to go pee real quick.
Yeah.
Come in.
Okay. That's concerning. Good to know. Gonna check on him tomorrow, I guess.
It's been like a day or two or something. How long? Has
It's
it been?
just
Oh,
getting
no,
worse. It's been like
a couple of days.
like
You
yeah,
did
a
it
couple of
outside
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's getting so much worse so fast. It's just a little concerning.
Well, for the long rest, I want to say that Diori can answer questions if someone wishes. But it has been having the bad habit of sending back some kind of
Mental feedbacks.
mental feedback that's very troublesome.
I mean, I was gonna do it tomorrow,
Yeah, why don't
To
you try
ask?
tonight?
but I can try
Like,
tonight.
Yeah.
It was just a reminder that you have it once a day.
No. That's because I was gonna do it tomorrow, before, but I guess.
Actually, dawn is past, so it is for the day that is currently going
Oh,
on
so
because
it
a new
doesn't
day
change
has started.
anything.
So if you do it now, you won't be able to do it when you wake up.
Okay. Can somebody else do it? No.
I can try or odd.
No. I
Wait,
mean,
you
like,
have to be
if
a
I
two.
do it now,
Okay,
can
so-
somebody else do it that day? Or okay, perfect.
Oh, genuine
Then-
question.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I could. I've already read their story. I'll just tell Sophia because he's holding it. Like, oh, when I wake up, I'll do the talkie talk thing. By the way,
Perfect.
as we're falling
So
asleep.
you're doing a long rest. While some of you are asleep, does the people that are awake want to do something?
Fuck around and find out. Fuck around with the hole. Fuck around with the hole.
I'm just gonna lay back and just watch Bram. Watch this if I can one.
You're watching.
No, not just like stare at
What
him, but
kind of way?
like if
Hey,
he
you.
has any like bubbles or starting to fall asleep.
I guess we
Fucking
would have
eye.
like speak a little throughout the night. Are you gonna sleep at some point?
I'll probably somebody wakes up or if I get
Until I guess until
tired, I'll
Filter gets 4 hours that he can stay awake.
about what happens.
yeah,
small
I'll check.
Alright.
I'm just gonna
We ain't gonna do like the whole thing, but like just
lay low.
You can, those of you that slept can do a long rest on your character sheet.
Yeah.
And I am no longer poisoned, correct?
Correct.
Yippee.
And it is now late during the day.
Okay.
I'd say it may be around 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
As soon as I wake up, I take the worry.
It's all yours.
oh, wow, you're so full of life. What just happened to you?
We have shit to do. God.
No fucking around.
I don't know.
Smells allergy medication is hitting hard. Look at him. Man's about to pass out any second now.
Alright.
We gotta streamline the process.
Looks
I mean, I don't
fine.
know if we have to come up with a plan. If we want to go investigate the lake.
Oh, I had to take time to change my spells.
See, she has to take time to change her spells, so it's the best time to ask questions, really.
Yeah, ask questions. Streamline the process.
Alright. And I'm gonna wait until I feel attuned to it.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Hey, buddy pal.
You start the connection with the
Yeah.
creature.
Yeah. yeah.
What are your
who am I?
intents? What do you want to know?
The questions are like what I'm planning on asking.
What you're planning on asking?
Okay.
What are you
tell
planning on
me-
asking about?
Okay. The elemental or elementals that are there, like the quantity of how hard of a fight, like, is it gonna be?
Difficult.
How would we go there? Like, how are we gonna
How will we
manage to
go
go there? Is there a way to peacefully end without fighting? Type of thing. Like, is there any way around fighting that we can solve this?
All right.
And what the fuck is the island?
Well, that's too many things.
No, but like that's the intent. It's just like, what's in there? What's the island? How do I get there? It's not exactly the words of the questions. Those are my intent.
Well, the intent I'm picking up is what's going to happen. So you get put in contact with a creature. There's a link.
Okay.
And you feel it as your surroundings disappear. You are now completely concentrated. You can ask your questions.
Am I speaking to the same creature I've spoken to before?
It's not picking up.
Didn't pick up.
No, it did not.
Well, I guess. Nice to meet you.
Did you phrase it as a question?
No, it was just
Nice to meet you? Question mark.
No, I got confused because
Yes!
he was gonna jump on my fucking computer, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Because he was clawing at my legs, and I was like, "What are you?" Sorry. No. Hi. Nice to meet you. Ballsack. I have 4 questions.
Question mark.
Poopy is like severely distracting right now.
Look at him go. Just push him down.
What is the island made of? Dirt. Just an island. Leave me alone.
Swamp water. Odd's favorite.
You know it.
Who is the island?
Bone and earth.
Bone?
Stone
Oh.
and earth.
Oh. Jesus, I got nervous there for a second.
Okay. Are there only water elementals there? Surrounding the lake?
No.
I'm at 3 questions. I have
Yep.
2 left.
Yep.
Okay. Ugh. If I waste this, I'm gonna kill myself. How many creatures in a mental lake are in the lake? Poopy's stunned by this question.
Me too, actually. You will encounter 5.
Papa.
You will encounter.
Okay.
Just you. Matt.
Okay.
No one else.
Oh, shit.
We're fine.
Like I said, your intent was to know what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So he maybe doesn't know what's gonna happen, but he knows your future somehow.
How do I get on the island without going in the water? That I can get. And by that I mean, with the current spells I currently have and my abilities, how me, without swimming or taking a boat, am I able to go in the water?
I appreciate this.
Might Figure it out.
Ah,
Bruh.
That's
that
not an answer,
fucking
you
sucks.
How is
dickhead.
that an answer? What?
That is.
Good answer.
No, absolutely
You
not.
wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Figure it out, bozo.
Exactly.
I
man.
honestly, I love
Never
that for
tell.
us.
You understand
think-
that this being that you've been put in contact with knows what's going to happen, which means if you're going to figure it out,
Yeah.
you will figure it out, so he doesn't need to tell you. But if you're not, then he doesn't need to. But that's just because of your intentions of knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you had the intentions of asking how to cross a lake, just that, then maybe you would have been put in
Yeah,
contact
yeah.
with someone that had more knowledge about that.
Just make a raft.
Okay.
Bruh.
And
Well-
then, yeah, it's done. I had asked my 5 questions.
Was 5?
Who am I? What am I talking to? The same creature?
It was 5.
I
Alright.
think.
Then, when the spell ends, you need to do intelligence saving throws. Saving throw.
Is that a spell or a magical effect?
Sure.
So I have advantage on those.
Oh yeah, you succeed.
So yeah, 18.
As the link breaks, you manage to stay calm. You manage to keep your mind calm.
This is getting really easy. All right.
So you all prepare. What are you guys going to do?
Okay, so I have a spell that lets me walk on water. I could maybe scope out a little bit and hope that I don't get just absolutely just.
Get nimbled.
I think
Just-
if you have a spell, that's great. But we should still figure out some. If you're in the middle of the lake and they just let you go through, then we can help you if you're in the middle of that.
That is true,
So I think scoping out might not be the best option.
but maybe
It's
I
a
can,
good
I
option.
can bring. Maybe if they let me, I could just. You guys could follow in a boat behind me. I don't know. Maybe
I
they.
highly
Maybe
doubt that.
I don't know. There has
Well,
to be a way
Just
on.
build a boat for all of us.
It's
No,
not.
The point,
figure
the
you
point
guys
isn't
out
building the boat. So we
first.
talked to the orcs, and they said that they just pushed off any intruders that entered the lake, or at least from them. Now,
But. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, there's 5 elemental creatures
Oh.
in that lake, and I think the island is genuinely just an island, maybe. So I'd say if we hypothesize the precise that there's a being that created this island and allowed the elementals, summoned the elementals. That's 6 total, and it is possible to go through without dying. The being I was talking to is kind of being a brat about it. Figure it out. So I mean, it's doable.
I'm sure it's doable. I mean, I know that the creatures are invisible underwater. I can also see invisible creatures, which can be helpful.
That's true. I could
Um,
technically see invisible creatures, but I don't want to. That's not true. I don't even know if I
What
can.
does that mean? What do you mean?
Probably. I think I have. I have the
I see
invisibility.
dead
Hmm?
people.
Do I?
The power of imagination.
No, I think I do, but I technically have time. What level is the? It's 2.
You're a wizard, so if you don't have it in your spellbook, you don't have it.
Oh yeah, I have it in my spellbook actually, because I'm so smart. I also have spider climb, which has nothing to do with this, but just
Hey,
mean-
welcome to
Sure.
the club.
Actually, I can all make you walk on water.
For how long?
An hour.
Well, hold on.
An hour. Should
If
I'm
we
also-
get nibbled from underneath.
Don't you like being nibbled on?
Not my hooves.
I mean, it's like declawing, you know? They just get rid of all the rocks and stuff that get stuck in there. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
if we
fine.
build a raft and we use your spell at the last moment, so we can use our time the most efficiently.
Sure, we could all get in the raft. I could use my availability and and my spell to see invisibility. And when they pop up, if they try to attack, I cast the spell on everyone, and we get out and we hit them with sticks.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Sure.
Maybe. It might be silly, but if we get close to the lake, if I can cast detect thoughts, maybe I can hear them coming.
Do you speak their language? Do they speak a different language?
I think if I detect thoughts, I can still understand their language. And if they don't have thoughts, then I'll know that they're
empty.
literally summoned. No, but you know what I mean? Like, if there are no thoughts, they're summoning. They don't necessarily have a mind of themselves. But if there are thoughts, it's a different variant.
It depends, right? If they're summoned from their own plane, aren't they creatures of their own plane, like Sylphia? Or
They
you?
would still have mind
Sulfur
of
is
their
a
own.
water elemental?
Focus!
Maybe.
But wouldn't they be their own individual creatures if they were pulled from their plane, like you are an individual creature from a different plane?
But I wasn't summoned. I wasn't raised out of nothing for someone. If they are raised out of nothing for someone, they might not have thoughts.
Isn't everybody raised from nothing?
That is
Technically,
true.
you're a cell.
But I think even if they're summoned, they should have thoughts.
What is
So
a
I think
cell?
you should be. I think you should be
Leave them.
okay.
But even
But-
then, they'll have the same thoughts.
Well, that's it. I think
I have no
they're all
thoughts.
gonna think.
I'm gonna look at Odd. What is going on?
They all have
I've-
thoughts.
I
I'm just
mean,
thinking about what to eat. I'll be honest,
just
you know,
think-
I-
Today
think-
I saw a balloon.
I think maybe what we could do is fuck around the lake, walk near the water. I don't know. I don't want to fight. If we
The
can,
thing you
My
can do
notice
is
without
fuck around and
fighting.
find out.
I don't think we can
That's what
avoid
we
a
do all
fight
the time.
if these
That's what I do.
if these elementals are hostile, which it sounds like they are. I don't know if we can necessarily avoid them.
okay. I mean, it's superstition maybe, but
We-
with the story yesterday, they thought what intruded their land. If we can make it seem like we're not intruding, like we did with the orcs,
Are we out to build
we
a
aren't
raft?
intruding.
Odd, you want to help me out?
We could also maybe try to in some way get more information into
There's no information to get out of the orcs, which is why maybe we could start by just fucking around the lake. See if we can get anything.
Sure. I don't think that's a bad idea.
And then, obviously, if you can make us walk on top of water, it's good. And if we both have seen visibility, we can call them out for you guys and defend
With my
ourselves as
chakra.
we go on. It's not a bad idea. I like it. If we can get more information, maybe.
I don't know if we have any more information, and if we can't understand what they're saying.
Well,
Or
technically, if they speak a language, I can comprehend their language.
Oh, you have comprehend language.
I do have comprehend language.
Okay, perfect. Because I thought I had comprehend language. I was like, I know that one of us has it.
No, I have it.
Okay, beautiful.
It takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes? It takes 10 minutes for me to understand.
So
but I
we should build the raft and then
You can't cast comprehend language as an action.
It's a 10 minutes thing. It would
Oh.
take me 10 minutes in a. I'd have to cast it before we engaged.
I thought it was
well,
because you cast it as a one action. It's because you cast it as a ritual. Or you don't have it prepared, so you can only cast it as a ritual, which is a
Yes.
fun thing with wizards. All right.
It's cool though.
Makes
It's
sense.
cool.
Yes,
So
agree.
we get the raft going. We do the 10 minutes to do the spell. We head out, see what happens, fuck around,
Well-
find out.
Maybe we can just ask them for a raft. I mean, orcs are pretty big. Although you guys, and I point at Bram, Odd, and Sophia, should definitely not go in the city. They're elitist a little bit. And I don't
We're
think
like
that
racist.
they said they could help.
Well, the
They
cities are
would
my
sort
element.
of owe us one. And I think the best talkers, no offense, is maybe me and Vea, and he is racist against Elf. Like he almost got
is
racist towards her, and she's not even a
super
fool.
racist. Yeah,
Hmm.
my father was an elf. I got spell casted on. It was a very disagreeable moment. But I think they would lend us a boat.
So maybe we could be beneficial, and while we go get for a boat, you guys maybe could fuck around the lake and
Or maybe
see
we could
if we
try to
find
build
anything.
one in case you just mess up and you don't have one.
They
At
actually
least you would
offered to give us
practice it.
anything
They did.
that we needed.
But
Yeah,
I
they
thought-
said
I thought-
if you need anything, we'll help you. If
I
it'll
thought that
get
was
us rid
only
of the thing.
We won.
I think. I mean, DM, correct me if I'm wrong, but they said if we need anything to defeat them, they'll offer it.
No, it was after they were
It was
they
after
were
we
defeated.
won, right?
You-
Yeah.
they
I
would-
mean, I thought it was both.
yeah.
Like, if we needed something to go.
Well, he told you to come back in the village if you needed anything.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
there you go.
So maybe we can ask. But I don't know, building a raft, has any of us ever done that?
Dude, you put
I-
the plank on the water and just another plank
It's
to
not
raft.
a raft. Did you know that?
I-
that wolves snake sometimes, and when there's people sitting on it, that
Have you
sinks
played
as
Tears
well.
of the Kingdom? Dude, you can build a whole bunch of rafts easily.
I think Dai is right though. I think we definitely should. Perhaps you should go near the edge of the water and see if it's immediate hostility or not. Kind of, for
Do
lack
not
of a
put
better
anything in the
terms.
water.
Lack of a better terms.
Yeah, we
Test
could-
out the waters.
Oh yeah, we could do this. Just you guys do your thing. And
I mean, if you want to build a raft, sure, but
no, we're gonna play a little game with that hole of mine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's
No,
called Can It Hold Money?
How deep is the hole?
Wow.
So 3 of you stay here while the 2 others go in.
We're just gonna go grab a boat.
All right, you
Yeah.
go back in. You see orcs are still at work. Some of them are coming back with food, and I mean it smells pretty good right now. Somebody's cooking up something. But as you walk past those orcs, a lot of them, you see 6 by 6, no 6 by 2, little like squads of very large orcs full of pus, like the one that exploded when you attacked. And you see they're kind of being trained to attack without without exploding before they die. And they're being trained by another man who has not pustules, but rot and diseases all over his body, but not his face.
Disgusting.
There seems to be ranks
Interesting.
in there. But you go back to the throne, where you see, as he sees you coming, he kind of steps up. Oh,
We require a boat, please.
Well, we were wondering if you could lend us a boat.
no. Yeah, go like that exit, that entrance, and go towards the water. There should be canoes over there.
Also, I don't mean to keep you longer than we have to, but I do have a quick question. The orcs you'd sent out into the lake, would they happen to be all warriors? Hunters?
Some of them, yeah. We send orcs that can fight to investigate. Yeah.
Obviously. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for letting me know.
We should try
Wait.
to get in on with.
Didn't send any pious Sith. The chosen. They stayed behind.
Of course.
Is there a reason that you
Well,
chose not to
protect-
send them?
The
Then-
chosen.
Could cast spells at a distance. And kind of help the fighters.
I see. Hopefully, I think I've determined the area of issue, and we'll see how well we get across. We'll be in contact.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I think we'll need more than luck.
He steps back into his chair and once again.
Ew. Fucking gross.
Can I let me just scoop it.
It seems weird. Like, it seems like they're growing back and then popping and then growing back. He has like an infinite amount of pus.
Cool guy.
I did think after the story that we read last night, it did get me thinking. Perhaps this island is protected against threats. Perhaps we don't need to approach it in a manner of threat, but in a manner of exploration.
Well, that's what I was thinking. They were warriors, and if we're passive, they'll let us through.
See,
We're not trying to threaten their, I guess, ecosystem. We're just...
Well, I just wanted to say, Radia, that sort of makes sense in the way that hunters, if you take it on the way that they're stronger than the average folk, that they can, shoot a bow and be good with it and stuff like that, would mean that maybe they can pass through the forest without being sent back. And that basically the fox would be there to kind of clean up whoever manages to get past the normal ways of stopping people.
I mean, I also think, and this might be very egotistical of me, but if this is my quest, and I am more of a passive kind of person, if we were to approach it in a more passive way, we might have more luck. We don't know what's ahead, but it's me.
Perhaps it's something specifically for you.
I mean, I don't know. I don't fuck around with water. I fuck around with fire and nature.
I understand, but listen. All those years ago, I didn't think it was going to be the man we had to face off against who would have done this to me. Everything happens for a reason. You don't know what's on the island. You have no idea what's waiting for you. Maybe it is just that, waiting for you. Everything's kind of coming full circle for everyone.
So how come you can't make people walk on water?
How come I can make people walk on water?
That's pretty cool.
I mean, ever since we all started feeling a bit stronger, I have access to things that I didn't used to know how to do. She kind of comes to me and gives me these powers, like the tiny hut that I provide.
Yeah, but you have walking on water all the time, or you like is it in your spell book?
I don't have a spell book. The spells just kind of
don't have a spell book.
They just come to me, but I have to reflect on it, and I have to pray on it.
Oh, that's why you do this weird mumbling in the morning.
Yes, quite often. But I like it. It's sort of like a meditation.
I don't know. Kind of feels like an exam when I do mine. I restudied the thing, and I'm like, I got it. Otherwise, I'd have to whip out my book every time, be like, it's that. Okay, I have to. All right, and then it would be such a waste of 6 seconds.
I think we're having this conversation, and we're
as we're trying to pull the
fucking canoe.
I just have one canoe.
The canoes are next to the water, basically. They're at another exit that goes towards the lake.
Do we see the kids across the lake?
Yeah, you walk towards there and you see it, but you see them a bit further. They're
Can
kind
they
of
walk along the shoreline to get to us and not be in the
they can't really see you right now. You know where they are, but you can't really there's not a clear vision. You need to get closer to the lake and then you can see them. Maybe you could signal them to come.
I guess let's get closer to the lake.
Alright, you signal them to come. So as the group kind of all reaches the small kind of beach of this lake, where there's 2 canoes waiting, the orrery starts shaking. And it's pretty intense, and it comes out of the bag. and it shakes in the air, and it goes higher up and higher up, and at one point it reaches 7 feet in the air, where it stops shaking, and some kind of like rift in space opens. And on the other side, you can see for Odd, Bram, and Veya, a familiar castle
Oh no.
where it's raining. And Bram, you start being pulled.
No.
The gust of wind that was there pushing you out last time,
Oh god.
it's pulling this time. And the rift is just straight open and you're being pulled.
Am I close to Odd?
I take his arm.
I grab onto the other arm
And
as well.
I swing my mace to the ground, and it has like little spikes. So I try to like.
You-
Yeah, grab him too.
You
Yeah,
all
we all do.
go and try to hold him, but all of you, your feet just start scratching the floor and like removing dirt. And
Rage.
Odd, sure, you rage and you just pull with your thing, and you kind of manage to hold him for a while because of that strength. But then your mace starts also being pulled, and you are being pulled with him. And Bram, in just a moment, he is pulled into it, and the rift closes.
What the
And
fuck?
some of you might have some limbs that kind of, since you were holding Bram, got into it,
Yeah.
but it was just like nothing was there. And Bram, you disappear. You are now on the floor with your hole bleeding.
Oh,
Again, back in the same position that I was.
And because of all the blood loss, you feel tired.
No.
Your eyes are starting to... Your eyelids are heavy. But you have enough energy to kind of crawl a bit. But there's no one around. There's still the pillar of wood that's burnt with the ashes on the floor of the woman that was burnt there. But the crowd is left, and the hunter too. And now you're just alone. And slowly...
I'm crawling a bit, and I'm gonna say, Violet, Violet, crawling towards the pillar.
You reach the pillar eventually. But it took all your strength. You're just so tired right now. And your eyes are starting to close as you're kind of falling asleep. Bleeding out on the floor. Your eyes are closed. You feel...
No way.
It's like drifting into a dream, but more. It's like your soul was leaving. Until you heard a voice. A voice that you have never heard before. wait, I need to go there with my voice.
Come on, Mercer.
Wait. Don't fall asleep. And you kind of woken up, and as you open your eyes, you see this figure. Very tall, muscular figure. With kind of like gray, dark gray skin. His mouth is kind of like open all the way, and he has a big tongue, and he has two big horns, completely black. And his body is naked, but he has no genitals, no like nipples or anything. He just has like a, you can see like muscles, just straight muscles and veins, and he has spikes coming out of like his arms, and he has long, sharp nails. And he comes closer to you with his kind of like long ears. And as he comes closer, you can see his eyes, his two pitch black eyes. Would you like to react to this?
Who are you? What? Let me go. I wanna go back to see Violet again. Where is this? Where am I supposed to go?
In hell.
God. What the fuck?
No fucking way!
Get the piece. Get the piece. You're
Popo, I'm coming.
What the fuck?
That's right.
Oh no way.
Say hi to Serena. She's gonna
Yeah,
help you. She's gonna
Serena,
save your
Popo.
life. Serena and Popo.
What was the name of a character of Anthony again?
I don't remember.
Forgot. Also, bring me where Violet is.
Could bring Violet to you. You could to be alive.
I'm not supposed.
What should I do? Do it immediately. Ugh. Down slowly, but loudly.
What do you mean?
I need your help.
What? What do you want me to do?
Need you to hit me.
That's it? You serious? Bring it in.
Bring it in, sucker.
Bring it in.
Before he gets close to you, he says, Stabin. My name is Taos.
It
Ah!
cut off.
His name is Taos?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Oh no!
Oh my
Don't
god.
do it. Don't do it.
Oh, I'm in a freaking dilemma right now. What is going on? What? Am I making a pact with the fucking devil himself?
That's my pop.
Gee.
Vladimir, Abraham, I've heard of what you can do. You're no normal vampire.
But Taos.
Shit. Like, oh shit. No.
Tara.
Oh shit.
What if I don't?
Then, with your loved one, I can make it happen.
And if I don't?
But as much as you know that Taos is your enemy, and you don't want him to win, you have a way for him to fail. You're thinking about, maybe I should sacrifice myself. It's one of your options. But in reality, it's not. What's happening right now is a memory.
Yeah, boy. All right. Okay, I get it.
Oh
I
my
get it.
god.
I fucking get
As
it.
Oh my
he
god.
approaches,
So I do it. This is what happened. I do
he
it.
approaches his neck, and you bite into it, and
That's what
whatever-
happened.
whatever liquid comes into your mouth is something you've never tasted before. A being like this has the blood of confusion itself. The taste is not comparable. Comparable?
Comprehensible.
Oh,
Comparable?
Terrible.
Comparable to anything else you've ever tasted or smelt or anything else. There's no words for it. But it's not bad. But as you're feeding, you kind of release. And as you're still fading, you feel like it didn't help. Your hole is still there, you're still bleeding on the ground. Whatever he did not bring you back to life. It didn't heal you in any way. But you see his form change. He doesn't have 2 fangs like a normal vampire. He has 4. And his other teeth kind of become more pointy. And you hear this as just his form kind of changes and his pointy ears become more kind of bat-like as wings sprout from his back. Almost like the skeleton wings of a bat. And his fingernails get pointier. And it's just his face becomes more bat-like. And
I am vengeance.
Sorry.
now, go to sleep.
Oh.
And you will wake up in another life and find Violet again. And your eyes
Oh.
close.
Shit.
Your eyes close and you fall asleep.
What the fuck?
Dude, that explained a lot. Actually, that explained a whole fucking lot.
I mean, he targeted you too. He like spoke into your mind, and he was like being all friendly to you, and he was spying out those people too.
That's where we're gonna end for
Foreshadowing.
tonight.
Ah!
Balls.
You're a fucking you got reborn
killing.
into your own body. What the fuck, man?
I mean, no, it's not his own body. He said.
No,
it was
but
a
like
full-
he's
Yeah,
reborn
it's
into someone
something
else.
that happened in the past. It's not.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was not
yeah.
right
Yeah,
now.
But
I
it-
relive the moment.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know,
in
but
the
like
early, it
the
wasn't his
thing
body.
is that like Bram knows a Violet, right?
Yes.
Like Bram knows a Violet. That confirms that the person in that memory is you in a past life. That's you, my guy. That's you before. Ah!
Well,
That's-
It's
You
the guy
can
you
make
painting,
your
by
own
the way.
theories.
No, isn't it? That's the fucking name.
Jay
did.
knows what's the truth about all of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
did reveal more things, made it more complex, because he didn't have any memories.
Yeah,
of-
yeah. So the reason
that
Bram
before.
cried at the painting is because it was him. It was his fucking story.
It was
That's why he
him in
cried.
the
Yeah.
his past life, in his
Yeah.
previous life.
That's why he cried. There was foreshadowing there.
Boy!
Thank God I fucking
Yeah.
wrote it down. bro.
Wow! What
That was
a
cool. That was
fucking
cool. I like the
kick-ass.
relation with like Tails. With that.
Oh.
That was
Holy
something.
ball sack.
That
That's kind of this
explains
origin story of Theos. So it's kind of like Ganondorf, man. We became
From what you know about the painting, it was a vampire a long, long time ago. So whatever happened to Taos
lost
happened
his
a
way.
long, long time ago.
So
Oh,
he's
man.
actually a
Wow.
He's been
vampire.
there
Or
around,
yeah,
he's
He's a
type
demon
of
vampire.
Oh fuck.
he's
That
like a demon
explains-
vampire. Or
He
something
didn't.
like-
He didn't taste like a devil or demon, and he didn't look that much except for the horns.
Have I tasted? Yeah, I taste odd. Is he
Yeah,
a
you
demon?
tasted
or is
odd.
that- Yeah, he's
Is a devil. Yeah.
yeah.
But
he's
it didn't have that infernal taste in it. It was
Spicy.
weird and unknown. Is the best words you could describe it as.
It's like
Oh
a
my
demon of the
God.
Shadowfell.
I cannot fucking believe. That's crazy. That's how he's
Bro,
been
you-
creating this whole Dampiric army this whole
This
time.
is my last game. I want to play the next one, bro.
No,
You
bro,
can-
that means that you have your own spin-off now.
You can
Yeah.
come back whenever you want. I just wanted, because I don't know if you're gonna come back. Maybe you won't have the
Want to
time.
come back-
Maybe
I want to come back even more, but yeah.
yeah, you have your work, your stuff. So whenever you come back, you can, and you'll have all of this information to share with the group.
I like
But
that.
You decide to share it because.
But for now-
So you guys cannot play. You cannot play like with the knowledge of this.
We
No,
can't.
exactly.
None of
You
our
cannot-
characters know.
I know the only part I know about any of this Dampire stuff is that Taos helped create certain casts of Dampiers.
Well, we already
from a
knew he
very long
was
time.
sort of a vampire, right?
No,
Like,
I
that's,
don't.
yeah,
think-
because
I
he
didn't
that's
personally.
he gave you the
I didn't.
curse. He
Well,
gave you the
he-
curse, and
also-
he gave Oliver the curse.
You
He
might have thought he was a
created-
vampire because he appeared in a mist with like a vampiric form. But Bram, the face that appeared in the mist was not at all what you saw in that dream or memory.
Or at least that's what I
Um,
wrote in my note that Taos was a vampire. So.
But yeah,
The-
I'm-
I wanted to like kind of put an end to Bram. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's temporary, but I still wanted it to have an ending.
Yeah. Look, bro. That was cool. That was cool.
Like, bro.
That's crazy.
It can really end well like this for a while. It can hiatus, yeah, well there, but it can. Might
I
as
mean,
well
everything
continue.
is just gonna work
Really
well, to be
well.
honest. If you come
Yeah,
back,
you-
you don't
you're
have to
doing
share
well.
this with us.
Also,
good.
yeah, sure, yeah.
Like if you keep it, then it makes like a build up because we'll just
But
feel
dude,
betrayed when you
I
tell
would
us
know
later
more
on.
about Theos for sure. I would have tell you for sure. But yeah, let's
That's
see
fucking
that.
crazy.
I feel as a DM, I always push too much lore into people because I love creating lore and I want to share it with people. But I thought we're at game 18. It's not that much, and it was a good way to do it, I think, with Bram.
that was the
When
correct
Jay-
amount of lore.
When Jay told us that he was leaving, I was like, let's make something out of this.
Yeah. Actually, it was a good time, I think. So when I come back, bruh, gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. You're always making stuff that is really nice.
He always makes us feel special when it's our time.
out of kind of out of the blue, like we're freestyling our stuff, and like you're making it really compelling.
GG's,
Cool, man.
guys.
That's fucking crazy.
GG's?
GG's.
Wow. That was fucking whack.
I want to say the rest of the group just saw Bram get absorbed, but it was different than any
Yeah.
other time.
It wasn't the same.
So you'll,
Didn't get to
as long as Jay doesn't come back, you'll be wondering if he's dead. Or if he's gonna come back from there.
Damn.
Dang.
Alright, well,
Like make something up, I think. Yeah. Like it.
that's the end of today's session. Hopefully we'll play next week. If you have someone you love at home, please take care of them. And if not, take care of yourself. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.